that means our vote does have from getting our vote, our power. And we don't know that we have power because we don't like to unify.
Let me give you the importance of voting, and I agree with what you're saying. Cool. What is it? $0 Cool DJ?
Old Cool.
Old Cool DJ. Yeah, I'm Kermit the Superstar Maker, also known as ECMD. But I became politically involved at the age of 16 because my mother and my aunt was involved in politics. So obviously I didn't know nothing about it, didn't understand it. But I did a bicycle campaign for a guy that was running for county auditor. He won that. Then he became the mayor of Cleveland and became the governor of Ohio. And that immediately told me how important it was because they were, very involved in the politics. So, but what people don't understand, as far as the vote for president stuff like that, I get it. Oh, my vote don't count. I understand that. But where it does count is in your immediate community, like the 4 blocks around you or your immediate small section of the town. That's where it really counts. When you got people that represent you for trash day and water bills and what's this and what's that, when the leaves get picked up, when they shovel the snow, all that kind of stuff. So that's where it really becomes the most important. Because really, the presidential thing is it does kind of seem like a figurehead. Like people say, Obama didn't do nothing. Well, hell, was anybody going to cooperate with a black man? Or as Trump said, he wasn't even an American citizen. And that's one problem I have with Trump. I was a Trump fan when he had the Apprentice TV show and all of that. But all this stuff like, why is it Obama wasn't born here and why Kamala wasn't born here? Why the only people of color are the only ones that don't deserve to be in politics because they wasn't born here, they're not citizens and they don't whatever. And why does Kamala have to be dumb and retarded and don't do this and don't do that like he knows her personally, as opposed to talking facts? And one more thing, as for Lemon Helicopter, he doesn't take accountability for anything. Like he said, he don't even know who the comedian was that was talking about Puerto Rico. Don't know who it is. Don't even know who invited the guy there. Nothing. Now we know damn well, as much of a narcissist as he is, he know exactly the guy's name. He know exactly who invited him there, and that person after election ass would be fired, whether he win or not. I'm back on mute.
Yeah, definitely. I look. I'm not going to sit here and say I love both candidates. Right? I'm not going to sit here and say that. Yeah, but I am going to say I got a problem with people blatantly being disrespectful and purposely racist. That's out of the question. That's out of the question. And if we're going to vote for that, or if we're going to allow that, then we all at fault also, man. You know what I mean? Because what you're doing is just you're creating this divide that's going to pour out into the streets. Somebody going to be getting gas, another person going to be getting gas. They going to feel like they can talk to whoever a certain way because they just think that they better than them, right? This is where wars start anyway, right?
That's how they're already doing it, though. That Trump's giving people permission to do it. That's why do you think that assault on the Capitol happened on January 6th? Because he gave them permission to act a fool.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and that ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But I think that there's two ways to look at it, man. Number one, Kamala wins, and we move along.
If she wins, he's going to say no, she didn't. It's a cheat, and they're going to be running that for another 3 months, 6 months. Holding up, even the Congress, the Republican Congress is going to refuse to acknowledge her as president, especially if she's a woman. And then we already have this. We not only have a racial divide, we have a gender divide because most of these men don't trust women to run anything, which is stupid. Because women, my mother ran her household by herself, was mother and father, and so a woman can do it all.
I think that's ridiculous. I think that's some there's levels of ignorance that you either sign into or you don't. I don't sign into that type of shit. That shit sounds retarded. You know what I mean? That just sounds straight retarded. That being said, yeah, it's either you're gonna have, she wins and we keep on going the way things have been going, which I'm not really happy with. Got nothing to do with her. But personally, I'm like, we could do better. Personally, so CL. Or he gets in, he completely destroys everything. We see how bad it is. And then he never gets a chance to run up again. Like or any of that mentality never gets a chance to get back into the race. So no matter what you decide to do, I just say, we all need to really. I'm going out. I'm gonna vote tomorrow. I've already made up my mind. I'm gonna stand on that line. The lines have been crazy here in New York. I don't know how they are in other cities, but in New York, we are clearly the lines they've been moving and grooving.
Yeah, they got record turnouts in Texas, record turnouts, and that's what kind of discourages me a little bit because, like the last time I went to vote, we was around the corner twice, around the building twice in a line. It took me like 2 hours to get to the front, to the entrance, just to vote. So that was kind of aggravating.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, the polls are going to be wild. People forget they can also I think you can even.
Rory, your phone was breaking up bad.
Yeah. Yo, saying the polls are going to be wild. I was saying, people can get to them earlier if they can to avoid all that. I think you can mail it in nowadays or do it online or something like that.
Well, they need to have an online vote. They have and that's the other part I don't like. We have technology that's so advanced now when it comes to biometrics, retina scan, if you want to go that far. We look at our phones and biometrically scans your face and allows you to go in. These same things can be used along with even more advanced technology, right? You have blockchain stuff that's like immutable. Nobody can go in and just change it. You have all this stuff that you can combine and create a much, not even just a better one, but a more trustworthy voting system. And why haven't we done that? Like that shit should be in an app by now. That you'd have to upload your certain documents, your passport or birth certificate or whatever. They would scan your fingers, make sure it matches the records. Like this is what's going on in other countries already. Which again, I've heard that and tell me if I'm wrong, but I heard that they already like burnt up some ballots coming out of Oregon or something like that. This is what I heard the other day. This is just what I heard. Not sure if it's a fact or not, but yeah, man. If you're allowing for this stuff to happen, it's like it's almost like you want it to happen because you can prevent it, yo. You can prevent it, but you're not. Why is the question?
Right. If you watch somebody, watch somebody in a commission of crime and you don't do nothing about it, you become an accessory to that crime. So we are accessory to the bullshit that's going on if we just sit here quietly and watch it go on, like you're saying.
Well, that being said, that's the way I'll be feeling about this whole thing in Gaza and other stuff. Being an American citizen, our tax dollars do go to this murderous war. I've been quiet about it for a while, but I'm tired now. It's like, enough is enough. Can we just be happy, one big happy world and make shit like what is? I guess Karen said it earlier. It's always somebody has to be on top. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's get into some music. I know the long opening monologue for today, but we are in. Things are just getting tighter and tighter in this country, and we got to take care of ourselves and our communities and our friends, family, hold everybody down. So, all right, let's play some ignorant shit. See how this sounds. Man, we had Wiz Khalifa, Don Tolliver. Song's called Hide It, just came out from a new album. And yeah, Wiz, Cats don't got no setup no more. Niggas just drop an album. Fuck it. We just gonna put some shit out. Shout out to C Styles. I see what you rocking. I see what you rocking, C Styles. Yo, shout out to the Yankees staying in there. Shout out to the Yankees, man. Um, yeah, Queen. I like that joint too. Shout out to Wiz, still doing it. Sound like he's getting better with time. So, you know, he's doing his thing. Go ahead. Okay, you'll be right back. All right. And then before that, we had Gucci Man and Sexy Red. You Don't Love Me. You know, I will play some ratchet shit after we talk about politics. It's the American way. It's the American way. So anyway, that being said, hopefully everybody's doing well, having a great week so far. We are less than a week out from that day. Who's going to be our president, leader? And to Kermit's point, local elections are very, very much more important for us. All right, our immediate communities, that's where it matters. I do agree. Our immediate infrastructure, all of that matters. You know what I mean? Much more than just the presidency. However, the presidency is important.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
There's a company that's out the Southeast market right now called DJs at the Polls. I don't know if they're in New York yet, but they got a collaboration of DJs in basically all the South states, and they going to the polls and DJing for everybody that's in line. I signed up for it too, so I'm gonna be DJing at the polls election. I'm doing 3 different spots out here in Georgia, so we're gonna be standing. We're gonna be at the spots DJing outside the events. So we're gonna entertain all the people while they stand in line and go vote. And we encourage everybody to go vote too, because it's very important this year.
Yes, I love it, man. And shout out to them. I know other people that are doing it, and I think that's good. You know, anything to bring energy and get people, because we don't vote, man. Statistically, Black people, we have the power. That's dope. We have the power to vote, but we just don't exercise the right. And I'm not saying those on this call. It's your cousin that's in the house all day. It's your aunt that's like, or your uncle that's like.
Or even if you just lazy as shit, man, just get up and go make a change, man. Like, what are y'all waiting on? Y'all waiting for glory, man? Y'all gonna be waiting forever because these people in the office is really trying to do some bullshit. And then with this 2025 thing going on, man, y'all better wake up.
Yeah, man.
Y'all gonna be wake up, or we gonna be we gonna be back in what we was reading about the slavery days and shit back in the day. Y'all don't want to do that. So I suggest everybody, I encourage everybody to go make their voices heard and go vote. So I encourage that.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping that people actually do take up the mantle, pick up the mantle and go and get busy, man, because it's bad, man.
Shout out to them Yankees last night. Yeah, they bust ass last night.
I was gonna get to that, but since we jump in there, shout out to the Yankees.
I'm sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it. I had to say it.
The Yankees have been getting their ass kicked. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We've been getting our asses handed to us, but I believe that we needed just one game to turn everything around. I'm gonna take the Yankees in 7. Very, very out. But I think the Yankees come back. I think they win tonight, and the pressure starts to cook in LA, and LA fumbles that game like we fumbled game 1. And then it's on.
It's like when Show Enough was asking Bruce Leroy, who's the master, and Leroy just got it up and said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm the master.
Facts, man. So anyway,
we are the last dragon. The New York Yankees are the last dragon. We are Bruce Leroy in a sense.
Listen, this is it. This is like play or go home time. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, go hard or go home, boy.
Yeah. So I understand. We are like, the
You
backs
know
is
what's so weird about the Yankees is that, you got somebody like me, 70 years old, right? You grow up, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle. I mean, who the hell cannot be a fan of New York? But I'm in Ohio, so I guess if I lived on the West Coast, it'd be like Sandy Koufax and the Dodgers and whatever, So I get that whole thing, but I've always loved the Yankees and the white people because they always had the guys hitting the home runs and 60 home runs and all this other stuff. So it was always exciting to me to watch them, even when they played the Indians. I mean, well, whatever they call themselves now. But even when they
Guardians.
played recently, I didn't expect them to win. I didn't expect, Cleveland to win the thing, but if they did, it's like great. It was a shame that they did win the one time and went and lost the World Series to the Chicago Cubs. That was a tragedy. So I'm gonna land my helicopter here. Salute to LeBron James bringing Cleveland the first championship in like a million years back when the Cavs won, I'm thinking 2016. Ain't won nothing before that. It was Jim Brown back in 64 or something before that.
Wow.
So that's how far back it goes.
Shout out to
And salute to
LeBron.
Queen Karen's buddy, DJ Cool, that got his platinum record last year from Washington, D.C.
Okay, and shout out to Cool. Cool, definitely legend. He was at
Yeah, we gotta get him up on the show. I gotta call him. That's my birthday. We share the same birthday, me and Cool.
Birthday twins. All right.
Yep.
Man, Cool beans. Yeah, shout out to Cool. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's just play some music, man. What the heck? It's one of them days. Do what we want to do. Got a couple of guests, but hey, in the meantime, check this out. Records are mad short these days. I ain't gonna hold you. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That was BX the plug. Song's called Change Me. And before that, yeah, he was right. It was Huncho in the morning featuring Ty Dolla $ign. So just some new joints that's coming out, But these records are mad short, yo. Straight music. Like that was one dope verse, and that was it. Like, I don't know what's good. Going to the days of a 5-minute song where you could actually think about a few things and handle a couple of things while you're playing music. That's all pretty much over in that world.
This is what I was talking about last week. We got a lot of artists, we got a lot of good artists, but they drop in one verse records. Like the songs be like either up to 1:30 or like not even a 2-minute mark. It's like, where's the second and third verse in it? Like, come on. What we
That's
doing?
the question. That's the question I got for you, C. Where is it time-wise, right, versus quality-wise? And if it is time-wise, where do you prefer the length of a song to be? Or what do you prefer it to be?
Normally, we would have good songs that would last about 3 minutes, like 3.5 minute mark, right? So I would say maybe, I don't know. I'm so used to the 2 and 3 minute marks that it's like the 1:30 songs is like, where's the rest of it? Yeah. It always has you thinking and have you wondering like, okay, that was good, but where's the rest of it at? Like, you really want me to spend my money on a one verse song? Is like an interlude? Like, come on. We used to hear those type of timing records on skits. You know what I'm saying? We would hear those in the skits of the album, and it would be that long.
Maybe we'd be like, you know what? For that song shortness, I'll pay you 50 cents. We ain't getting $1. You ain't worth $1. Make it longer than maybe
it ain't worth the money that everybody is supporting. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm getting gypped in my money because I'm giving you you basically giving me a sample of a song. It's like how a person goes on stage and performs and they only perform one verse and get out of there. That's how I feel like you giving me. You're not giving me a whole song, give me a half-ass song. And
go ahead.
And for that, I just say, listen, y'all got to step y'all shit up, man. I tell artists this shit all the time in New Music Mondays, like, y'all shortchanging yourselves because not a lot of people gonna be paying for these short length songs. Like you giving me a song that's a minute and 15 seconds. That's a whole goddamn skit or interlude off of somebody's album. We can go back in the day to when we was listening to full length albums, and them skits on them albums was at least a minute and 30 seconds long.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So we was getting our
Well,
money's worth. I'm not getting my money's worth listening to a song that's worth a minute and 15 seconds and it leaves me. It's like, remember the old commercial back in the day and the old ladies like, where's the beef? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Where's the fucking beef?
I feel you.
If it don't make no sense, it's not gonna get my dollars. Plain and simple.
well,
Like it's gotta work. Go ahead, Swerve.
they, you know, they say they're using the whole attention span thing, people's attention span today, as an excuse. Just like, you know, people got lazy over the years, and two, to be honest with you, with most of these artists, I'm sure you wouldn't want to see some of these terrible artists perform on stage for 2-3 minutes that one song, especially if that song ain't all that good. So
I
you
don't
know
want to
they
see
not
them
built
perform.
to.
I don't even want to see them perform these minute and 30-second songs, let alone
I,
4 minutes.
I know, but they not built the same. They not built the same. They for one, they're not creative enough to maybe doing especially if there's no feature, doing a hook in 2 to 3 verses.
In the
You
words of
know,
Lamar.
they it's too much for them. So they'll do a verse, add the hook 2 times, and that's it. Or they'll do maybe you'd be lucky to get 2 verses. That's about it. And you know the listeners of nowadays, they'll scream at you if this shit is over 3 minutes. You know that. The
Hey, yo,
listeners
you
of
know what
today
else
will
too?
scream at. I heard it. I
You know what
seen it.
else too? I would consider these artists. This is what I call punch artists because they can't write their own rhymes. They can't freestyle nothing. So they go in and punch in every bar. So that's what
I could tell you that for sure.
I hate
Much
these
people I
artists.
engineer,
I
much
hate these
people.
punch
It's worse
artists.
than that. It's worse than that. Sometimes, well, not even sometimes. Majority of the time, they come in and freestyle their song or record. They don't have nothing written down, so they'll go in there and they'll hum something. And I'm not saying that's not bad because you know Pharrell, you know, to come up with some hooks and lyrics. That's what he'll hum. You know, try to get a
Yeah, but
melody. He'll record that and
yeah, but the
everything, and then
difference.
try to come with some lyrics. And I
Yeah,
seen
but
Corey Guns do it too sometimes. But we talking about a different caliber of type of
Writers.
artists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
a different caliber of freestyling, a different caliber of artistry, a different caliber of person. Like these dudes' attention span is not long because you got dudes that just go in there and just punch in every bar. Like, okay, this is a bar. Let me think about it. Okay, let me punch this in. Okay, punch this in. These are nothing but punch artists. That's why the
Oh,
song. That's why
that's
the
what my
song.
kids used to do. And
That's
that's
why
what
the song.
they do.
But
Not even a full sentence.
this is
And
why I'm saying the
I
songs are so
have
short.
like 25, 50 tracks.
Right.
Yeah,
This is
that's what
this
they
is why
do.
I'm
They
saying
don't.
the songs are so short because they punch artists. They don't have the stamina to sit there and think about it and do three different verses. They don't have that type of stamina to even do 2 verses.
Well, I'll say this. So, and somebody said it in the chat, and it made me scratch my head because it's sort of true. It's just are these records or are the attention span what it is also because of the TikTok era? Is it also because the young creators, all right, let's talk like Gen Alpha, right? That's up to, I believe, 14 years old is Gen Alpha.
Okay.
They are not, they're finding value where they find value at, which is in a different space than us for the most part. And where they find value at is straight social media. Social media is geared towards it's a shorter allowance of time for your content. So music that they make is really geared towards that. Hence why you have some of these records are so short. Now, I ain't gonna give no Honcho and BX the plug no damn. They don't get a pass. Y'all ain't 14. But if you're gonna DJ a 12-year-old party, a 13-year-old party, a 14-year-old party, what are you playing at that party? Knowing that, let's just say 80% of the records that they know, I'm going to even say 90%, are coming from TikTok. And now that's whether it's because, they still love Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson's all over TikTok. And they still love those classics but these new records, what are you going to play or how are you going to manage that?
To be honest, the way you do it, if you want, I don't know if it's capable, but if it's a playlist you can make on TikTok, to be real, and now she's that follow me with this one. And this is like this is cheat code for all DJs. I'm like, at this point, fucking get the money. Make a TikTok playlist, put all them joints in a folder, and I'll just put that joint, let it play, put it on repeat, and I'll just be eating food, drinking, and be like, yeah, give me my money. I ain't DJing nothing. Because they don't care about the DJ, they just want to hear the music. So at this point, you're just a jukebox. They don't care about no cut and scratch or what kind of gear you come in. You can come in there with an iPad and two speakers, have a folder playlist, TikTok music, let that joint just randomly play. They'll be cool with it. They probably just ask, "Oh, can you play it again?" You just press repeat on it, and that's the ultimate cheat code. And be like, "Yo, give me my money. The adult, give me my money. I'm out of here. Give me
Or
my
you
money."
could do a whole TikTok mix and just let it play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying. Because at this point, some people think I know
I'm going to
people
push
come.
back. I'm going to push back.
yeah.
I agree with what you're saying as far as making a TikTok playlist. And by the way, I am going to Billboard and I'm checking out that TikTok chart, no doubt. But I think you should use it in a way where it benefits you. So these kids, they look at TikTok all day.
Right.
And if you ever look at like the DJs on TikTok that get a lot of views, it's set up to where it's almost like a fake party. Right? They have like the DJs that set them, and then back of them, they have all these people going extra hard for no reason.
Absolutely no reason.
No reason. But it looks like they are in a whole nother. I would tell the kids, yo, I'm gonna play these records, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna make TikToks while I DJ. And I would use that shit to get my value up. That's what I would do personally. Because I know that the kids, they would be into that.
That's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea too. But I mean, is how fun is it for the DJ? Well, especially an
Well,
older
it
DJ.
could be. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I feel like the new DJ, it's not even about, like you said, the skills are taking a back seat, even though if you have skills, it's doper, but it's taking a back seat to you bringing a neon sign that says your name and a kid's name and happy birthday. Like, it's more.
Yeah, that was all good.
Wait, Will, what you say?
All good, just a wee bit.
I don't know if Will was trying to talk to. I don't know, but I feel like it's more of a production now versus it is still skill, but it's an experience now. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You have to
I'm gonna
bring
take a
ring
step.
lights. You got to bring ring lights and all that so that kids can see their faces and get good content at your party, and they put your logo in it, and you might get a couple thousand followers. Like this is
Okay. Here's two things I can oppose to, which is already being done, but let's say for kids. So for one, why not use, and you talk about it all the time, the Oculus. They already having parties in them virtual rooms, right? They could do that. They could have that. You could have like a however many Oculus or whatever. They put the headset on, and there's like they can have an experience of a club, or like a silent party. Everybody knows what a silent party is. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they hear their own songs in there too. I mean, that's other options besides the first thing that you said too. Where I feel those two things are going to be the future.
I DJ
Or
plenty of silent parties.
yeah, those two things are going to be the future. The silent parties is definitely what it is. You have maybe about like two, three, four different DJs at an event, and each DJ is playing different styles of music. You got, one might be playing reggae, one might be playing R&B, one might be playing hip hop, one might be playing old school, and you can go through that. Or having since these young kids are into the gaming stuff and they into the virtual reality thing, you can make an experience about that too, and they'll get a kick of that. And I'm sure TikTok and with Facebook is doing the metadata and everything, they're already trying to dive into that into that world, into like the fake parties. Either they're there or not there or not there. So I believe TikTok is going to go that realm too. They're going to do them virtual. They're going to get into that virtual space
Well,
and do a lot of that stuff.
Hey, I got a quick question. As far as like now, I've been into, and what's up, everybody? I've been into like YouTube DJs. I've been watching DJ sets on YouTube, and they basically letting a lot of DJs on YouTube put their sets together. I'm not 100% sure how they allowing DJs to play the music. I noticed that if you put the person in the description, and if you put their I want to say if you put who music you this, like pretty much like a play like Mixcloud almost for say, like if you doing that, and then too I guess if you probably a premium person or something, whatever, you can it probably allow DJs to do that. And they're having, most people are basically getting people to watch their DJ streams. They're not getting paid like on TikTok where people can give you some coins and stuff and donate roses and all that crazy stuff where DJs actually can make money DJing parties on TikTok, because some people do TikTok parties on DJ parties on TikTok, so they can get their little fan base. They're not on the radio, but they're just on TikTok. And a lot of people are off into that. Just if I ain't got nothing to do, and again, like you said, if you have the right setup, like you said, CL, with the right setup and the right if you can, with that right eye candy, you pretty much gonna get people glued to sit there and listen and watch. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of DJs that are doing it. I just don't know how they're doing it, because I know I've done it before and YouTube muted the hell out of me. You know what I'm saying? And they'll mute it. You'll be DJing, but your shit is muted. You know what I mean? Same with Facebook and everybody else. Like I said, I know you were saying with the Oculus, everybody's trying to do going to Luna. So that Luna is where they're basically where people are going to be buying the little Luna money and start spending in that type of metaverse type thing.
Come off mute. Come off mute.
You on mute.
my bad. I said, listen, we just brainstorm, but there's so much more. At the end of the day, my rule of thumb is you treat yourself like the circus, like you Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
You're going to have other attractions that are happening that appeal to this audience. And why I'm saying that is because TikTok has now become a distribution platform for you to make money. In other words, yeah, you're getting paid by the kid's family to spend, but now you have this captive audience that you can have a link to buy, to book you, to buy your shirt, to buy your needles, to buy your balloons that only, that come with your logo on them and the kid's name. Like, all of this stuff is a click away now. And if you're not in that mix, it's like you can have a store in this mall, or you can buy from other people in this mall. Get a store in the mall, man. Get a store in the mall. That's really why I'm bringing up the whole thing, because songs are not going to go back to being 2 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes and all that. Maybe they will in some ways. But right now, people are doing it for the gram and they're doing it for TikTok. And
The only songs that's
you don't have
long
to
is
be
EDM.
you don't have to conform, but you should actually just have a foot in it just to.
That's not true. You got niggas like Common and those niggas still making 3 or 4 minute songs.
And all right, what I'm saying is that absolutely. I'm saying I have a foot in both spaces.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one. I ain't no, that's the music we grew up. I mean, I like music for the vibe, man. I get it, TikTok craze and all of that. Not mad. That's just the culture.
I mean, I get it, but I can't get a vibe in a minute and 30 seconds.
It's very hard.
C style, CL. I know a song that's not a minute long. It'd probably be around 4 or 5 minutes. House music and EDM with no lyrics, just the beat. Them shits are long.
That's
Yeah.
a different lane. We already
Yeah.
expect that because that's the lane that has been on. So we expect that already. With house records, we've been doing that since the beginning of time when house records wasn't even, they was always on that. So we expect that with house music. We don't expect that with hip hop. We don't expect that with artists that are used to the 3 and 4 minute songs. They just getting up on us. So with house music, we already was doing that back in the day. So house music already had a pass.
Bingo. B-Tip in the mix.
What up, CL? What up, Digiwaxx? So when you say online store, put something in the mall, are you regarding to how do everybody feel about Shopify? Is that what it's called? Shopify?
Shopify is good. Yeah, it's a platform. I mean, listen, there are a lot of platforms that allow you to sell goods to fans. The issues are, number one, the cost. Shopify is going to charge you between $20 and $50 a month to use Shopify, to have the B-Tip store moving and grooving on Shopify. So there's an expense up front. The second problem you have is ease of use for your consumer. How easy is it for you to take your link, embed it in certain places that you want it to be at? How easy is it for the people who you're targeting to actually click and buy and get variety? And how quickly will that product be able to arrive at their doorstep? So that whole supply chain now comes into play. How easy of that is it? There are different options in place. Now, the thing about TikTok is there's no cost. The thing about TikTok is that you have an audience actively there. You know what I'm saying? They're already there, captive. So, you're there already. They're there already. It's already moving and grooving. So that's just what that is. Anyway, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about that some more. We're going to play a record. We'll come back with our first guest. And it's New Music Wednesdays, y'all. If y'all got something, let me know. Yes, new music. Samara Sin. Song's called MFTB. New shit. You already know. New Music Wednesdays. We just playing joints. Shout out to everybody in the building. And yeah, man, good conversation about DJs earlier. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, the music, the tech is all moving and grooving, and you got to be in that room to get that bag and to and advance yourself, and that's just the real deal. So, yeah, man. So if you don't know, now you know. That's just what it is. All right, we're gonna bring our first guest up to the spot, tapping in. I see her with the glasses, looking fly. All right, I see you, Karma baby. Welcome to New Music Wednesdays. How you doing? Oh wait, you're definitely on mute. Oh, and then number two, can you turn your camera sideways? That way we can get the full, Karma Baby picture. It looks great on our YouTube, and you know what I mean. I know this is all production stuff. Don't worry. Take your time. We got you. Take your time. We got you.
Unmute is in the far left bottom.
See it? See it yet?
I see it. I see the mute. There we go. There we go.
All right. Word up. Welcome to the call, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I wish I would have known I had to be sideways. I would have already had it prop for y'all.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, it's all good. I think you got that lock screen on. But it's still
You
like,
alright?
man, I guess we got to leave it like that. The lock screen, though. There you go. Now, that's what's up. Look at you. Look like you got an empire. What's going on?
Everything's good. I'm actually out here in Oakland for a video today. So
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Shout out to Oakland.
yeah, it's beautiful out here right now.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you from originally?
I'm from California. I'm from LA. So you know, I'm always back and forth for Oakland and LA. Pretty much. I've always been like living back and forth since I was younger. But LA, born and raised, majority of my life.
Okay. Well, shout out to that. Shout out to LA, Southern California. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You a Dodgers fan?
I'm sorry?
Are you a baseball fan? Do you like the Dodgers?
No. Why?
Okay. They in the World Series, you know. This little game that people play, you know, it's just like, you know, just
Oh, I see. I'm not very much a sports girl. I could watch some basketball here and there though, but like
all right, all right. Lakers, are we rocking with the Lakers or are we rocking with the Clippers?
you know what? I don't know. The Lakers will always be number one for me, but you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. We don't got Kobe, you know, we don't got the elite goats. Like we got some new heads, but you know, I'll maybe tap in and find some new players I like, but
okay, Karma.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, so what is Karma into besides the music? We know the music. We're gonna get to that. But you know, what's your you know, what other hobbies do you like?
Well, I love to work out. I like being outside, outdoorsy. So definitely fitness. Anything roller coaster rides. I'm very like adventurous. I love to play video games, bowling. I'm very fun. Like also, what else do I do? Dancing. But that's kind of hand in hand with the music, you already know.
Yeah.
And I love, you know, growing spiritually. So I try to stay and keep that side of me important, like a priority to grow spiritually as well. So pretty much that sums me up. Music, my spiritual side, and just like fitness.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. I like that. Fitness, spiritual. Those are positive things, you know, keeping zen, you know.
Keep your mind right, keep you feeling good about yourself, you know.
Heck
all
yeah.
that stuff.
So let's get into your music side. Let's get into the music story. Karma Baby from Southern California. How did you get into music? You know, what was your origin story? How did it all start for you?
So my family has always done music. My dad is a producer. He used to have his own band as a kid. So we always had a studio in the house. And it really just came naturally. My mother heard me singing and she told my dad. My dad put me in the booth. And my first time recording, I was at Capitol Records, 6 years old, with Bobby Womack. That's my great uncle. So he put me on his Christmas album. And I was like, this is the coolest thing. I want to do this the rest of my life. And it just kind of stuck with me. I got in a girls group at 10 with my sister. And you know how girls groups are. They always breaking apart, new member. We had like 7 different girls in and out the group until eventually I just went solo and decided, you know, I'll just keep it going like this because everybody else kind of stopped doing music and I wasn't going to stop. So I had no choice. Even though I was very shy about being solo, I was like, no, I don't want to do these interviews. But I was like 10, 13, 16. I'm like, I don't want to do all these interviews by myself. And I just had to push myself out of my shell and say like, look, you really want to do this, you're going to have to put yourself out there. So here we are today.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. So you were in a group previously that was signed, or were you guys sort of independent, just pushing hard?
So we were independent. My mother actually was our manager at that time. She was like pushing me and my sister to be in a group, and we had like this homegirl. She was the third member. And then as we got older, we kind of stopped, and then it was just me and my sister. We were kind of doing the duo thing. And then after that fell through, I was just like, you know what? I can't keep doing these groups. My sister let me down. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go solo and call it a day. But we weren't ever signed. We did have, however, we did have a lot of meetings that were this close. Like we had met with Interscope, Atlantic Records, a couple of others. But honestly, I think they just didn't go through because of timing. And then, you know, parents can also kind of hinder that. They don't want to work with certain individuals because they just want the talent. And you know how that goes. So it was really just a timing, I feel like.
No, I think that's good because it's almost like a, you know, a boot camp, or like, you know, you got training before the real game, and now you're here, you're confident, you know, you're not going through those things, those challenges that you had, you know, like, oh, I got to do an interview. Now you
Yeah,
seem
now
like,
it's just like natural. It's just like, you know, my headspace is so better. So I am very grateful that I started at a young age and got to kind of see, you know, what it's all about, and do I really want to do this for me and like my passion, or is it for the like money? Like, what is this for? So when you find that it's your passion and you really want to do it, nothing else really matters, and it just works out. And you just like, yo, people are gonna let me, they're gonna let me, some people aren't, and you just kind of got to be yourself and let it go. You know, it is what it is.
word, okay, I like the attitude. I like the attitude. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the single, Best Flex. Give everybody a little rundown of what it's about.
So best flex is basically you're like talking to this guy and you're telling him like, I'm your best flex. Like, yeah, you popping by yourself, you cool and all, but with me on your arm, that's really the flex, because now these girls is looking like, why she want him? What he got? Like, what he got going on? Why she choose him? So really, I'm your best flex, baby. Don't forget it. Like, why you over here thinking you popping now? It's because of me. Okay. So it's just like giving that, you know, I love you, but baby, don't forget.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, good. So yeah, it's just, you know, that's it pretty much to sum it up.
No, I like that energy, man. I feel that you know, a good woman will make you shine. You know what I mean? And then others will see that, or other people, period. You know, they'll be like, you know. So that's what it is.
It's a fact.
So let's get into it. I actually want to play the video, and then we're gonna come back. We are here with Karma Baby, holding it down for LA. Shout out to LA. We got LA in the building always. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LA. And let's check out the video.
Let's go.
Shout out to Stewie Films.
Yes, Stewie Films. He's
Yeah.
shooting the one today too.
Okay, that's what's up, man. There's some really nice views of LA in that video, and we can't wait to go to California. No, I'm joking. It was.
I forgot to touch on the fact that in that song also I'm talking about how like we're so in love that we didn't even make love yet. Like we made love without making love. So I also forgot to mention that part.
Yeah,
And then,
cerebral with it. Okay, that's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Well, listen. One thing you got to do is a listening pool party for all those DJs and influencers out there in LA. That will win over very well.
Listen, that's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. From there down to up to the Bay. Why not, man? You know, you got people that's willing to break these records. You just got to invite them out, man. So that's what it is. All right, I'm going to open it up. Anybody has any questions? You know, we got Karma Baby in the building, and she's holding it down. Best Flex is the single. It is out, ready to go. So in between shooting the videos and everything, what else you doing? Shows, more media? What's been keeping you busy?
I've been doing a lot of media, like going live a lot, just trying to interact with the people out there, get them better like relationship with them so they can get to know me more outside of just the music. Like I want them to know my personality. So I've been kind of doing that a lot, like a lot of lives. And also I am ready to do some shows. We've been actually talking about that yesterday, like just getting ready to get a band together. I really want to put a show together. But right now, I think the focus should be the content, just because we just started with the Best Flex single. I want to keep the momentum going with that. and give everybody more visuals right now. I think that's priority because you know how people are, their attention spans are short. Like you need more and more videos and all that. So really just, you know, doing everything I can to just make sure my face is out there on these platforms. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Social media wise,
Mhm.
where do you feel like you get more attention or the better focus is? Is it IG? Is it TikTok? Is it Snapchat or something else?
For me, it's definitely TikTok. And the reason I say that is the algorithm isn't as like controlled. They push you out to more people. With Instagram, I feel like also TikTok, people are more they're more open to like it's more real for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm very good with energy. So like with Instagram, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be themselves, are afraid to like something first. And so they'll hop on the bandwagon after the fact. Like Instagram is like the bougie, like it gives me bougie vibes. Like, okay, like when you go to the family cookout and it's like the aunts and the bougie uncles over there like judging you. It's giving that on Instagram for me. But like TikTok, it's just like I feel like I know everybody there. I be like, what's up, family? Like, you know, we be chopping it up, talking, singing, having little live shows. They request music. We be chilling over there. So I really do want to get in my bag with Instagram Live. I don't know. I'm gonna do it though. Eventually, I'm gonna have to just get these people on board. Like, come on, y'all, wake up, snap out this bouginess. Like, let's go. I'm serious.
Bougie. That's what's
They
up.
be scared to like stuff, share stuff. It's like I do realize that about Instagram, but like with TikTok, people just be showing love. They're like sharing your stuff, throwing you gifts. Like it's just a different energy. So
Yeah,
if
no,
y'all want to catch me, yeah, go to my TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, and I'm there a lot.
no doubt, no doubt. Do you write records too, produce?
Yeah, I actually wrote and recorded myself that Best Flex song.
Really?
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's what's up.
The only thing I don't know how to do yet is mix and master. Now, like if I knew how to do that, baby, we would be out of here. Like I would have a million songs done. I do
Yeah.
have a million songs, but they're just not mixed and mastered yet. So it's a process. Like if it
Yeah.
was me, we would have 3 albums already.
Wow, that's what's up. That's a great one, man.
Yeah.
I guess your wish list in terms of collaborations at this point in your career. Anybody like let's just say even like on the level you consider yourself on right now, or better, or even up and coming that that you're like, you know what, they got talent. I want to pull them up.
Right, because I want to be that person. I feel like we don't got enough of them people like pulling people up.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose right now, I've always wanted to do something with Drake. Shoot, Kendrick too. They're gonna have to cut the beef, you know what I'm saying? But
I heard they might be doing that, by the way. I heard they're cutting the beef.
yeah, but that's good. That's good. We need, them to just go ahead and just stop the fighting. It was good while it lasted. We enjoyed it, but like let's get back to, peace, love, and harmony. But yeah, Kendrick, Drake, really top 5 for my like rapping side of like teachers. Who else? J. Cole, Lotto is popping. I love her style. Let me see who else. SZA is fire too. I would love to do a song with her. Oh my God, yes, he reminds me of Eric Bellinger. I just have so many people that's like
Eric Bellinger. He's like in your part of town. Like I feel like very much,
he's very much like his pen is crazy. That man is a musical genius. So yeah, that would even if he wasn't on the song and he just worked with me, I'd be happy with that. Like, what else? Who else?
All right, what about up and coming that song? Because those are pretty like those are dope names.
I know those are like the main.
Like
I mean, I'm not too good with these names because I like a lot of new artists that I still don't know their artist name. I'd be like, oh, what's that guy that we were listening to the other day? And it was like, is it a singer? Yeah, it was a singer. And he has like a gospel song too as well. He was talking about God. This man is so I just got put onto him. I wish I knew his name. I'm so mad. Oh my God.
Is it Lucky Day?
Is it Lucky Day? No, Lucky Day's good too, though. Like Lucky Day's fire. Man, I wish I knew his name. I just got put onto him from one of my TikTok supporters. They actually told me about him.
Lecrae.
Oh man.
Was it Lecrae?
Was he Lecrae? No, I like Lecrae too. Man, I don't know.
All right. Yeah, this music, it's so hard.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of people. There's so much talent that I feel like should be mainstream that, we trying to change that. I feel like with times, with everything that's happening, it is gonna happen. Like eventually we'll be more noticed for our talent, not so much these gimmicks. I think that's kind of fading. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how this unfolds with the new talent coming in and the new people that are gonna take the top spots, like to let the talent in. We need those new people opening doors. We need these rules to change, basically, what I'm saying. If I'm trying to say it without saying it in a way where it's like,
Yeah, but doesn't TikTok sort of like, because I feel like TikTok is sort of doing that, like it's breaking down doors. Like you just said, you discovered new music on, a gospel record and a R&B record on TikTok.
Yeah.
How? I mean, it's more. I guess I'm agreeing with you that it does need to change, and I think it is changing. And I think because of the platforms that are available, you don't have to. You can go direct to fan, and it's been like that for a while. So I do think it's going to change. I just think that it is the consistency that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And I do think it's having like this, not having a bougie attitude.
Yeah.
Being down enough to do what you're doing, which is just get on, talk to people, connect, spread your personality,
Yeah.
and just make friends.
Yeah, just be you and connect with people. I realize that is the more organic way to do things and not always be so polished, like, because that gets old and boring. Like, I mean, that way of doing things and with artists is over. Like, if you can tell by just the people are gravitating towards the more raw and reality side of like these artists, and that's why you see Krishans, and that's why you see these reality stars popping more, because it's not so much that they love what they're doing or the message. It's just that they're being themselves, they're being real, and they're showing you their life. So yeah, it's just, we got to stop being so afraid that we're all human. We all bring something to this world, whether we know it or not. We all have a gift and a talent, and you just got to be bold enough to put it out there and understand that not everyone's going to resonate with it. Not everybody's going to resonate with who you are, but there are going to be a lot of other people who do. And those are the ones that you're reaching towards. Those are the ones that you're going to inspire, that you're going to help with your music or whatever you do. And that's how the mindset has to be. And with these gatekeepers, that's what I really wanted to say. I was looking for the word. We're finally getting rid of the gatekeeping, which is a beautiful thing. So I think a lot of talent will get the recognition they need these days. And I'm looking forward to that. Amen.
You connecting with people right now. We'll bring some people to the front. But I will say that I like your attitude and I like your energy that you're putting out there. That is a winning formula. DJ Sparkle.
Hey, what's going on, Karma baby? First and foremost, I want to know where you get your name from.
Karma. So pretty much, I remember I had this manager telling me I need a stage name, and my real name is actually Cheyenne. And I was like, why can't I just use that? He's like, no, you need this. Trust me. You need to have your ego, your alter ego. And I had to sit for a couple of days and really think what like aligns with who I am. And I'm a firm believer in karma and putting out good, and that whatever you do, you get back. So that's what I went with. And I do believe I am walking karma at times. It sucks, but sometimes I am. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And also, you touched on a couple of things that I wanted to ask you. One of the social media, but do you have your own website and everything up and running?
So not at the moment. I am gonna work on it. I do just have like my links in my bio and stuff, like the basic, but I think that is important that I get one going. So
Well, now the reason why I'm asking this because being the state of the industry where it's at right now, and I know a lot of people do use the social media, but it is turning around, which was brought up about the direct to consumer. More artists is doing more physical, more definitely merchandise, whether it's hats, shirts, hoodies, even vinyl getting pressed up, or CDs or cassettes for the people that like to have the tangible product. I believe that's very important. So, and on another note, you get to control and see your actual numbers. You know, numbers on the social media side can be finagled. You know, and so a lot of people have, you know, I ask myself this question all the time. You got 1 million followers, but do you really have 1 million followers? And
you know what? It's the algorithms because, like I said, with Instagram, I used to love Instagram at first because it's easy, naturally organic. They'll show your stuff how you post it. They start hiding even from the people that follow you. So people have to really be like going to search for you or like always consistently on your page. So the numbers don't necessarily always add up because even when I go live, it's like I have so many followers, but it never reaches the maximum of my followers because that's just the algorithms. That's how they do it because they don't want you to have too much control. They want to still manipulate and have you pay for promo, pay for this to, you know, get your stuff out. So that's why it's like that. So even when you see those numbers, some of them are very, very organic, but some I understand that people do buy whatever they buy, but even when it's organic, it's still never gonna be the number it says on your page. It's never gonna be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think one of like let's say that one of the executives of Instagram, they say normally probably the people see maybe 10% or 15% of whatever number you know your followers are. So you don't really get the full. If you got 1 million, you're probably seeing about probably close to 100,000, if that.
Right, if that, because honestly, it sucks. That's the one thing I really can't stand about social media is they seeing how good it was working, that people didn't need their platforms no more. They didn't need them, like they didn't need the middleman no more. So they found a way to kind of, you know, stop us from really reaching our full potentials with that.
Well, I would say, you know, definitely work on your website and have the people follow you there. You know, do exclusive 2-week or month exclusive, your videos being shown there, selling your music up on there. That way everything comes directly to you instead of another third parties going, then the numbers is being the money is getting cut up in many different ways because a lot of other people's checking. So if it comes directly to you and you use those platforms to tell people to go directly to your website. So if you got real fans, your fans really love you, what you do, they want to follow, they'll buy your merch, they'll listen to the music, buy the music, and that's how you get your money.
Stop shop. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. It's just game, you know. I
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
So what did you think about the song though? That's what I want to know.
No, I like it. I like it. I was doing something else. I was actually from afar, and every now and then I seen the visual. I didn't know the video was being played. I was like, oh, okay. And I love R&B. So I'm looking forward to want to hear more. I definitely want to hear more and make sure that we you know, get it. I'm associated with a lot of different DJs across, you know, in the US, different markets. So, you know, I've worked with Digiwaxx. I'm one of the staff members. So definitely we'll love to keep pushing it out to other DJs. Definitely, for sure.
Cool.
So
appreciate it. Thank you.
Get service pack, you know, hopefully you got that metadata and everything right. Get the service pack. We'll send it out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, dope stuff. Brother Kermit, aka the Superstar Maker, come to the front of the congregation, please.
My first question is, what is your Instagram? Because I put in Karma Baby and saw all kind of people that didn't look like you.
No, it's Damn Karma actually. So DAMNKARMA.
Damn.
I don't know where the Karma Baby came from though. Maybe I don't know. I wasn't mad at it though, but yeah, it's definitely Damn Karma.
So you said your name start off with cussing?
No, that's just my tag on my Instagram.
Okay, I'm just joking.
Damn,
oh my god.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I feel like my daddy drilling me like, hold on.
Well, I'm 70 years old, so the daddy vibe is okay.
I hear that strength in your voice.
Okay, I think I found it. Your email is bookdamnkarma@gmail.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm following you now. I have 3 accounts. I'll do the other 2 in a minute.
He's a uncle.
the comment I had was that, okay, just so you know, I'm celebrating 51 years in the music business. And
Ooh.
like I heard you ask Swerve, like, what you think about the record, right? I was, listening off and on, but what I look at, I don't care what a record sounds like, right? Just listen to me. I look at the person, the personality, and like you were so cool, calm, and collective, answer the questions. You didn't seem arrogant or narcissistic or none of that. So that was the attraction of me to the person that seemed so cool. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I would want to know or whatever, versus like, oh, that person's snotty or they're or this or they or that. So, that's to me, that's the most important thing is you and your personality, like how you look at stuff, how people look at you. The music, they're learning to like the music. If they like you, they're gonna like the music regardless. Even if it's not perfect or whatever to them. That's one thing I've noticed from my 51 years in the business. I want to say that. My only question is, I heard you talk about TikTok, being your thing. Now, allegedly, it may get canceled in the United States in January. So my question is, if TikTok goes tomorrow, what are you going to do other than hang over the balcony and threaten suicide?
Oh no, definitely ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just swerve and maneuver how I'm supposed to. Everything that happens for us. So if I feel like if it shuts down, then it's meant for me to go to Instagram now, and then go live over there and get it popping over there, or go to whatever the next platform is. It's like it never stops. Nothing's ever gonna stop me. It's always gonna be just showing me the next direction. So if it did, it is what it is. I'm surprised it's not already gone, because didn't they say they was gonna ban it like last few months ago? Like, so if they do, I'm just glad we got the extra time we did, because I thought it was already gonna be gone.
That's the perfect answer too. In other words, you already have your B plan. So that's what makes that was a perfect answer. So thank you for that.
No, yeah, thank you.
And don't forget to follow back on Instagram, the Superstar Maker and ECMD Experience and ECMD team.
Gotcha. I'm gonna hit you back on there as soon as I get on. I enjoyed that. That was real. Thank you. I appreciate your compliments and your view on who I am, because it very much resonates. Thank you.
Of course, every woman might not agree.
Right.
It's all right. All right. Shout out to Superstar Maker. Miss Cincinnati.
Like 50 years in the business. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, he got a history. Cincinnati.
Wow. Yo. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey. So I'm the tech guru of the squad. So I'm gonna need you to have a proactive approach to that and not a reactive approach. Go ahead and get your website, because you need to have your email list. You need your people to be able to find you. Those platforms
all that.
You do not own those platforms. So if they shut down, your fans need to be able to find you directly. And that's what the market is going to, like when Swerve said earlier, that's what the market is doing. You need to go be the one direct to your consumer. They're willing to spend the bread with you, but you need to go reach them on the ground. So the social media and all that stuff is okay. Those are tools. The only tools. You still gotta go to the ground and go shake hands and kiss babies with your people. And them are the people who gonna pay to come see you, gonna pay every show, follow you, and you want to get their email. You want to be able to reach them and let them know when you have something coming out, or let them know, hey, this is exclusively for you because you're on my email list. You took the time to sign up and stay on my email list. So that's what you want to work on. So get on that website sooner than later, and then work on being proactive. You always want to be proactive, because you're right, anything can shut down, but you want to work all the platforms, not just one.
Right. Okay, yeah,
noted.
My
notes. But I
notes.
love your music. I love your music and everything, but I just be, music is great, but I'm just all about, you got the business together, because you can, you can have your records. If you're a musician, you're serious about this and you're serious about making money at this, handling your business and making sure that's together is important. And you're missing out on money by not having those 5 people who follow you. Like, I rock with you right now. I can't even go buy something for you. Like, if I want to support you right now, I can't. Other than playing, streaming your music, but I want to do more than that. I want to put some dollars in your pocket. I can't go do that. You ain't got no website up. Okay, so I'm just telling you, I'm just being real. Yeah, I'm just being real with you. Like, if I'm a fan of you, I want to be able to go spend money with you. Don't let nobody saying no money out here. Because if people are really a fan of you and they rock with you, they'll go spend money. I don't care. Whatever amount of money that is.
I agree.
So
No, I definitely agree with
that's
that.
all.
I ain't mad at nothing you saying. Like I'm seeing my manager over here perking his ears like, yeah, let's get it together.
Yeah, get it together. And if you need help, I'm here. You know, I'm part of the Digiwaxx squad. You know,
Okay.
so
Yes,
so I just had to make sure I give you my piece on that. You know, you got to do that sooner or later. You must have a presence of your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? That way you get 100% because it comes to your website. It's 100% your stuff, and you can get the analytics so you can see where your base is.
Yeah.
That way, that you base your tours off of what people are messing with you. You got to see that in the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just in popularity, just y'all think my song is cool. No, you got to see in the analytics who really fucking with you in the numbers.
Right.
And then when you can see that through your website, because the only other platforms only going to give you what they want to give you. But if you got it coming through your website, you can see that data real time and dig deeper into the data, and you can use that data to put your tours together. And that's how you make your tour successful. You ain't out there going and visiting cities that you don't need to visit.
Right.
You're actually going to the cities where your fans are fucking with you, or you know where you need to go and engage more on the ground and see who really's coming out. And you can start small, like do like a 100-person meet and greet.
Makes sense.
Find
Yeah.
a small venue, do 100-person meet and greet in that particular area that you see that area they messing with you in, just to see who you can get to come out on a show.
Yeah, I agree. That's very smart. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you can do that in all the markets that they listen to you in. That's how you use your data. Everybody can be successful. It's not just about fame and celebrity and all that shit. You got to be able to make money.
Right.
That's the real part.
Right.
You can talk about following and all of that. If ain't nobody coming out to see you,
I agree.
nah, you're not doing it.
I agree with that. Facts. And we were just talking
I
about
don't care how much online stuff you doing. I don't care how much online stuff. This is coming from a tech guru, 30 years. I don't care how much online stuff you do. You still got to see people. They still want to see you in person.
Yeah.
They still want to feel you. They still want to connect that you real.
Yeah.
You can't be and be you. Be unique you, because that's what's going to sell. Don't try to be nobody else.
Right.
Well, I'll say this in
Thanks.
terms. I do think you know, the tour, right? So I'm thinking like promo tour is probably another good tactic to do if you haven't done it already. I know you have a dope team, but being able
We're about to.
Good.
We're about to working on that.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's like a that's like the trifactor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Having your own, just making sure your business is there online. But when you're out there marketing it, you're pushing people to that. And the word we normally use is community, building your own community, which is your own, fans that they like your super fans that continue to grow. And that's one fan at a time. But when you get one super fan.
Oh yeah, no, it's that energy is very much important to have people really fuck with you on that, mess with you on that level. It's like,
don't worry, you can curse on here.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to disrespect the channel or anything, but yeah, it's very important. Like that, I love those type of people because they make me want to keep going. Or they show me like, dang, people really rock with me like that. Like, okay, yeah, that's what will get you out there and shake hands. Like, I love feeling people's energy and seeing that like they really rock with me. Sign shirts because I've done it before. Like when I dropped my first album, I had this concert that sold out. It was like at the Moxie.
Oh yeah, Moxie Hotel.
Yeah. And it was very cool. It was in Minnesota. We sold out the tickets. And people actually stood in line. I had Good Karma t-shirts at the end and they wanted my signature. And like for me to interact with those people and really like shake hands and talk to them. And they're like, that I love to do that. So that's no problem for me at all. Like I love to connect with people and, do all that. Like she said, hold the baby, shake hands and all that. Like that's me.
All about grassroots. Well, well, listen, how can people get in contact? I know you put you had said I believe it was your IG earlier, but if you don't mind saying it again, That way everybody can.
I got you. My IG is Damn Karma, DAMNKARMA. I have all my links in the bio. So my TikTok is on there as well, which is Karma Reloaded, spelled exactly how it's spelled originally. So yeah, just find me there until we get the website cracking, because now they're on my head about the website. We're gonna get the website going soon. You know what I'm saying? Gonna get it up. We're gonna get professional around here real soon. So
have you did the East Coast market yet?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. We do got a lot of R&B and just good platforms. When you come out here, we'll show love. Shout out to D-Train and the rest of your team for everything. And
yes.
Yeah, man, I think it's good. Somebody had a quick comment. Go
Okay.
ahead, real quick. You got about 10 seconds.
No problem. The quick comment is I just want to tell, like on her Instagram, for example, this is something people don't always tell you. Like you have 91,100 followers. You following 319 people. In my opinion, being in the industry, people think that looks great, right? Because it's like, wow, she got all these followers and whatever. She's like, Beyonce or whatever. But people that really look at it, they won't tell you, be like, oh, they would think that you're like what we talked about earlier. They say, oh, okay, she ain't gonna follow nobody back. She don't care. So she don't care. Why should I care? Like when you get on calls like this, like people will automatically follow somebody like, oh, I'm gonna follow CL or I'm gonna follow Swerve because they the top people at Digiwaxx, but I might not follow anybody else. But when you get on calls like this, it's smart to follow everybody on here because nobody's gonna charge you to play your records, but they could not play them for whatever reason, So I'm just sharing that with you because it seems so down to earth, but when I look at your Instagram numbers, it doesn't look like down to earth. So I didn't want to share that.
So when I usually do stuff like this, I do follow back people that I connect with. I don't follow back every single person because I used to do that, and then my page would just get wild. It was just like too much for me. I couldn't like really see who was messaging me. Like, everybody had access to mine. So I started doing it like, okay, if I personally talk to people, I'll follow them back. Like I'll go follow y'all back, or DJs, or anybody I work with, or any fans, or anybody who supports my music and stuff. I make sure I follow them back. Now I might not always catch it. So sometimes I don't, or, it is what it is. But, yeah, I don't feel like that really ever had any effect with people so far. So, but I take a note of it,
Well, just to tell you somebody that was like that was, we interviewed on different platforms. I interviewed Diggy Simmons like 5 times, right? Every single time he said, oh, I'm going to follow back everybody, whatever. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about Diggy. And I actually, did work with his father, Run DMC, and all of that, Reverend Run. But anyway, so him saying that, but he never, 5 times saying that he never did it. Now he may have followed back the head person like CL or somebody, but he never followed back to other people like you talking about that you're networking with, communicating with, or whatever. So I just want to share that with you. And it's like, I'm not saying that affected his career because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but I'm just saying, where's he now though? And I'm back on mute. Thanks for y'all.
Hey, no problem. Diggy Simmons did not follow me either, so I'm
he did personally look.
very offended by this.
All back, trust me. I got.
That's all good. Well, thank you, Carver, for stopping by and showing some love and just being down to earth and cool, man. That's what's up, yo. I feel like that's the way. That's why I'm like the promo tour is great because they're gonna love you. You got a good attitude, you got a good vibe, man, and you take it. You're like it. It probably comes second nature for you, but a lot of people ain't nice people. Just keeping it real, they just ain't got the vibe, man. I don't know how they raised. I don't know if they was in a box. I don't know, but everybody's not just gonna chill out. Let me go lay on the couch and talk to a bunch of DJs and chill out. That's
y'all gonna. This is it. This is karma, okay? Y'all always gonna get the real me, the goofy side, the fly side, whatever. Like we here, So much love. I'm gonna follow all y'all back. I'm gonna make sure of it. Now I'm gonna just follow everybody back just because he said it. I can't be out here looking bougie after I just said all that.
Yeah, for real though. That's real.
This is being recorded, by the way. Just FYI.
I know.
I'm very mad. I'm pissed off at Diggy Simmons. This is crazy.
Karma,
you have to figure out what's going on with Diggy because this is
real quick before
unacceptable.
Karma, you did you tapped in with Fleet already? Fleet DJs?
I believe so, yeah.
Now I seen you had a couple of my Fleet brothers and sisters that is following you already. I am in Fleet. We got a couple of other different coalition core DJs.
Okay.
So we would love to. I would say from everybody that's in different DJ families. We would love to definitely have you on the calls. There's a lot of DJ calls throughout the week. So it's what Carmen said is very important. To follow some of the key people, especially on this platform here, because they are very well connected in other different circuits. So it's some of those places where you need to be, where you want to be, and connect with them people. And yeah,
Really?
definitely get that website up. So next time when them DJs be asked for this, that, and the third, you be like,
I know, right?
Go right there, and you can get all you need.
That. Yep. I'm gonna get it together.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, again, thank you for stopping by. And yeah, man, feel free. We got the pack. We will be supporting.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you for having me, you guys.
No doubt.
Thanks, yeah.
No
All
doubt.
right.
Peace.
Bye.
Hearing the demons talking, walking, brother, the band was sorted.
Every week I think I do the same stupid thing. Nobody can hear the music, but let me share. It's amazing, man. It's production stuff, huh? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to we got PBE Pluto in the building. Shout out to Happy, D Train, Tiger Entertainment, and of course, brother A Will. Shout out to A Will, holding down for Shadyville DJs. I wore my the other day, and it was it felt great. So shout out to A Will. He hooked up the jacket for Shadyville, and I was blessed to get one. So I feel honored. Thank you, A Will.
No problem, bro.
No
My bad.
doubt.
I just jumped in. I was just on the call. I just jumped in and heard that last part about the jacket. So I don't know what was said before, but anytime, bro.
No doubt. I gotta give you your props, man. I gotta give you your props. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna play a record. We'll come back. We'll talk some shit. Elections are here. The Knicks are playing. Yankees are still in it. Lil Durk is going to jail, potentially. Polo G got arrested with another gun charge. We'll be back. All right, we're back. New Central C coming out of the UK. He actually had a hit top 5 record on the hip hop chart. So this is his follow up. It's called One by One. Moving and grooving out there in these streets. It's sort of brand new. I don't know if anybody's heard it yet, but shout out to Central C and Disney. Is that what we're talking about? Okay. By George, you thinking? Hey man, the UK.
I didn't say you couldn't watch Disney. I thought I heard him say he couldn't watch Disney in there. Like, okay.
Listen, I told y'all 1,000,001 times. They've been on that drill shit for years. Like they was the one that pretty much created the drill, and then they came out to the States, and then they want to say Chi-Town created it and all this other shit. But that shit came from the UK back in like 2004. I was out there, so I know.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I'll even say that those records are getting more love on TikTok than other drill records. My daughter, she's on this UK drill. I'm gonna dance to a new song every day and put up a TikTok. I'm shocked. I'm like, where's this music coming from? Which makes me feel like the UK drill sound is actually gonna come back and become next. So
it's the original shit that everybody claimed that everybody's stealing it and saying that they claiming it for themselves. And I be trying to tell everybody, yo, that shit ain't true. Like, I was out in the UK touring the UK back when it first came out, so I know where it came from. I was listening to it while I was out there. I used to go out to UK for 5 months straight touring and not even come back to the States until the tour was over. So I would hear it constantly. Every place in the UK that I hit, Brixton, Birmingham, Edinburgh, London, I've heard it all over the UK. So I was like, where's this sound coming from? So I knew it was going to hit the States sooner or later. I just didn't know how soon it was gonna hit the States. But it was already out there already. They was already on one with that.
Well, shout out to Sexy Drill. It's taking over.
It's all drill. They just want to label it different titles.
Don't take me seriously. I'm
Sexy Drill. Sexy Drill.
Shout out to Sexy Drill.
I mean, it's a little bit, let's say, safer music, listening wise.
Are we talking about Sexy Drill?
Yeah, I mean, at least they talk when
we're talking about Sexy Drill.
Is a little what I mean lyrics about the lyrics, because you do know, and see, since she's been out there since it started, you know, the New York and shot drill, it was kill, 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 and they was talking about real beef in their songs. So stuff they did in the street, they'll talk about in the studio. And this now tying in, case in point, look at what's happened now. Look at what's happened now. People that
talking about
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Blur?
stuff is coming back around. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that they did, like look, all the people that talked about in their music, where they at? They either dead or in jail or going to jail, indicted or going in there.
Well, listen, first of all, shout out to Sexy Drill. No, I'm just joking. No, you're right. I mean, we got to talk about the Dirk thing. At the end of the day, it's a little scary. All right, let me just go to you. Okay, so the reason why I brought up the Dirk thing, right? So that Dirk thing, apparently, we don't know. He had been arrested on charges of.
They said this man that got out of jail was the informant.
Okay, apparently they saying that he murder for hire type of thing going on. I don't know. Nobody knows. We do not know. But this is the word coming from social media. Conspiracy charges. There it is.
Allegedly.
Polo G arrested again for a gun. As late as yesterday, as early as yesterday, in our own chat, it was reported that Jay Prince's house was raided. It was reported that Jay Prince's house was raided. This was yesterday, allegedly. I don't know what's real. We're just talking about what we're talking about based on what we're hearing. We see what's going on with Diddy. We've seen what's going on with other music execs. Is there an attack on hip hop? Is there an attack on Black culture? Tammy Marie says no. There is no.
It's at the
Is there an attack?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. It's how you play life. You play life dirty in your early whatever time. You know, it's bound to, you know, you gotta face what they say. We talking about music, right? So now face the music. Now gotta face the music. So
karma's a bitch.
Right. It's going.
So everything you do in your past is gonna come to the light in your success.
Ooh. Nasty work.
Yeah, you gotta face the music. They did, you know, they think they could clean. They think they're invincible. Think just because they got money. See, we talked about it. Hip hop police got formulated in the 90s.
And then once again, that goes back to niggas snitching on themselves and talking that bullshit like ain't nobody listening.
Well, see, you know, ain't nobody loyal. This new age is no loyalty.
Absolutely, positively no loyalty.
So I wouldn't even trust none of these young dudes with nothing. I wouldn't tell them nothing. If I'm going to do dirt, do it what they call dirt by your lonely. Do it by yourself.
Damn, Swerve talking ski mask style. Hold on. Ski mask style. Anyway.
Ghost dog.
yeah. A lot.
But Swerve don't play, you know that.
Yeah, Swerve talking about ski mask style. He is not playing, and that's how it goes down. All right, well, we might well push past the ball because we got our next guest just popped up straight from the studio. Looks like he's literally in the studio. And he just tapped it in. Shout out to my man Miles Sellis in the building. Shout out to you, man. How's everything going, man?
Man, I really can't complain. I'm doing all right. I just actually got off of a flight from the Bay Area to New York right now, so I'm feeling good after a little rest.
All right, I ain't mad at that, man. Shout out to the Bay Area. Where you from originally?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh wow, so you were moving around.
Yeah, somewhat. I'm from Atlanta. I go to school out in the Bay, and I'm out in New York, generally just kind of hanging out. It's a good time. I'm doing a little event for a project that I just put out, and I don't know. I love the city so much. I spent my summer over here. It's a great place.
How much influence has the city had on your attitude and your energy since you started tapping in with New York?
I would say that New York taught me that in order to have a dream, you must have that dream and live that dream every day, if that makes sense. It's like the fact that you can be around so much in terms of so many other dreamers, you have to want things as bad or better than other people. You have to go about achieving your dreams and reaching for the things that you want with a lot more vigor and a lot more passion and in a different way than a lot of other people that are trying to do a similar thing to you. So I think that New York kind of gave me that mindset where it's like, okay, like we're going to hustle, but we're also going to look at this from a clearer vantage point if we can. And just, you know what I mean? Try and do it our own way. New York taught me how to do it my own way.
That's what I'm talking about. Miles coming in here dropping knowledge. That's what I like it. I like it already, man. I'm inspired, man.
Thank you.
I'm inspired. Well, talk to us about your project, Lost Within the Disco. The inspiration, the music behind it. Where did it all come from and why did you make the project?
Well, I would say Lost Within the Disco has been a project that I started, maybe a year ago when I wanted to create some of these songs, but really it's a project that I've had and I've been starting for the entire amount of times I've been alive. Not the amount of times I've been alive. I've only been alive once that I know of, but I'm 19 years old. I'm My mother is Gen X, so you know what I mean. I grew up listening to a lot of like Al Green, Harold Melvin, the Blue Notes, all that kind of stuff. And the point of this project was to take that soul, that disco stuff, and kind of bring it back to newer people that, you know what I mean, also probably grew up on it, give it a new interpretation through my own imagination.
Dope, man. Dope, man. And real quick, I should ask this earlier, but you also said you're going to school in the Bay Area. And
Yeah.
that obviously has a strong impact on you as well. First of all, are you going to school for music or anything in particular? And then second, I should ask it earlier, but as New York has had an impact, how has the Bay had an impact on you as well?
Yeah, okay. So to answer your questions, I do not attend school for music. I'm an electrical engineering student at Stanford University. So basically what we're doing is I think it's the closest way to get to musical technology. There are a lot of cool things you can kind of do in that if you're into it. Like I have a super big interest in like chip design and stuff, but also I get to like if you kind of curate it correctly, I get to build guitars and I'm like kind of working on my own little synthesizer right now. I really like taking apart things and like figuring out how all those systems work. But I'd say that leaving home is very important. Like I really do love Atlanta where I'm from. And I'm super grateful that I get to experience something new, something different. The Bay Area, there's all types of different people, and it's just a whole different culture. I love now West Coast culture, West Coast music. There's a lot of history that I think a lot of people don't look at it the same way, as a New York or even in Atlanta. But there's a whole lot of history and there's like a really cool scene out here too. So I would say getting to be a part of that scene as I grow is the influence that the Bay is starting to have on me.
Wow. All right. Well, we're just going to skip over the part where he talked about, going to Stanford for electric engineering and design and building things. And no, I'm just joking. That's what's up, man. I really
I
am
appreciate
impressed
that.
by that, man. Art meeting the other side of the art. Um, which is creativity, true creativity, is what's up, man. I'm very excited to hear about that. And shout out to NVIDIA, who's based out there, and other chip designers. And, it's a very productive scene, especially this.
Bay Area.
Oh, shoot.
Yay area.
Ah, shoot.
I know the chants now. It's like,
There you go. No, that's awesome, man. So it sort of pushes me back to ask a question about the music even more.
right.
The inspiration from the jump. You know, I know you said, your mom and everything, but what drew you to the culture?
What drew me to the culture? Which culture are you referring to?
Music culture.
I was born in music culture. I was born and raised in music culture. I mean, if you want to go through like the history of things, I mean, I've been in choirs since like Stan, and I used to, take piano lessons and things, and eventually I just kind of stopped and I started Googling Stevie Wonder songs because if you can play Stevie Wonder, you can play anything. Just like trying to figure that out on my own. I'm self-taught on a lot of different instruments, and I started putting that together. I started off on like this really like terrible HP computer doing Audacity. Like, how Audacity is. It's like, shout out to anyone that's using Audacity still, but like I did that for a little while and then
I do. I still
You
use it.
do?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely.
I know it's a real great tool. I mean, but going from that, then I started to produce an FL and picking up those instruments, learning more about sound to the point where now I care more about like the waveforms and things, trying to, yeah. Like I was born to this culture of music. I was born into this culture of Black music, and I just want to like put my own contributions out there. That's what's important to me now.
That's good. That's what's up, man. And I think it's always good to know where it starts, give you a better idea where you're going. And now you have a body of work, 5 beautiful records. Talk to us a little bit about the project itself, the EP, and let's talk about the song Rick James.
Right. Well, I mean, Rick James, obviously named after the legend, rest in peace. I wanted to make a song that felt like a statement of kind of who I am. The song tells a story as well. It's more so about when you're experiencing something new with like another person, and it's like you don't want to say like, okay, this is where this is going. You're like, no, I'm me, I'm doing me, and this is what's going on. And I think what I like about the song is that it has progression, it has like a beginning, middle, and end, where it's like at the beginning, it's like I have new mind devices, so I stay me over here. And then it goes into like, okay, maybe this could be cool to the end where it's like bridges and sense and just like all other kinds of stuff where it's like, I'm just gonna go with what this is. You know what I mean? I think that says a lot about how I like to do my music, how I like to write my music, how I like to make my beats, as in the way I want to tell a story. I want there to be some sequence of events where you go on a journey with me as I went on a journey making that song. I would say that Rick James is a good mix of that kind of synthetic funk that I like to put into my own stuff. And you know what I mean? Over time, I think it's definitely a good piece into me trying to make my own sound out of things.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, let's give everybody a taste of the energy. We're gonna play Rick James. You are on with Miles. Album or EP is actually out now. It's called Lost Within the Disco. And check this out. Shout out to Miles in the building. That is Rick James. Very vibey, very edgy. Good joints. Let me just read some of these comments. It's giving me Frank Ocean. You also got Send It to Me. I will play on my radio show today in Oakland. The Power Hour. Stanford, come on. Definitely needs to submit for sync licensing. I can hear this in a TV show or movie. I like heart emoji. Eclectic. Kind of got Andre 3000 feel.
That's
Dope.
a high compliment.
High compliment, you said?
Yeah.
Dope. That song was dope. That was the first reactions coming out of New Music Wednesdays for you. Sophisty. Okay. Sophisty. So sophisticated. That's what's up. Good energy coming out of the chat, man. Good energy coming out of the chat. And I do think there's a few ways to get this going in terms of just more attention. Obviously, doing these type of things works, but it's really a dope college record too. So there's like dope soul shows, there dope shows that I like college radio because it is eclectic radio, and it plays. Every show is a different show in itself. There's no format. But I've heard some really dope artists like Frank Ocean and others by listening to college radio, and it really stuck to me. And that's how I discovered it, right? Obviously, playlists and all of that stuff is great as well. But off the top, man, I just felt like there are some dope eclectic radio shows out here that when they play this song, those audiences are going to automatically look you up. So that would be one tactic that I would use. Pass the mic to brother C Styles.
First of all, that was a groovy movie right there, man. I'm giving the groovy movie stamp. So, first of all, second of all, like they said, it was giving me Andre 3000 feel, Sleepy Brown feel, Frank Ocean. I was feeling, it was feeling a lot of soul artists. It was feeling very soul music like. So, and I'm a fan of soul music, so I would definitely put it in my mix. You know what I'm saying? Just congratulations on it, man. And I want to hear some more. You know what I'm saying? If it's a groovy movie like that, then I know you got some more in the arsenal. So definitely, I definitely fucks with it. So get at me. Let's get it popping.
And C Styles is in Atlanta also. Just want to say that. Just for the record, he is in Atlanta. So it only
I'm in Atlanta. I'm part of Coalition DJs. So yeah, you need to get at me so you can come and do New Music Monday, man.
No, let's get at each other. Send me a message. Let's do it.
I got you.
All right. Hey, brother Gary Archer.
Hold on, man. Did he say Stanford? Like the university? Come on, Miles. What we saying?
Yeah.
Man, one props on that. I know one, how hard it is to get in there, and two, how hard it is to pay for that shit. My niece is an alumni. She graduated with Stanford. So I'm from the Bay. I got a radio show in Oakland. I'm gonna play your song today. And love to link up and see how I can like maximize what you're doing. Like, bro, I'm somebody out here where you're staying at, and I love to like show you off if that's possible. You know what I mean? Dope shit.
No, that means a whole lot. I appreciate that. Like, actually, thank you.
What's your Instagram, dog? Before we get any further, I'm trying to find you right now.
Where is Miles? That's WHEREISMILES with like an underscore. Yeah.
Where is Miles, bro? Let me see what's going on. I see it, bro. I see you. I just followed you right now. And then
I appreciate it.
Before I brag on who I am, just like see who I am and be like, fuck, this the dude out here where I'm staying at. I promise.
Crazy.
I always say different is better than the same, and that's my hype. It don't sound like
That's
nothing.
real.
So we have a unique chance, right? You have a unique chance with your soul ability, the way it sounds. We naturally have a nostalgic audience, but to be able to introduce it to new people and explain like, oh, I'm kind of cool with this. Like people is fucking with it. There's too much murder out here right now. You know what I mean? Too much murder, too much pussy popping, too much of all that. So it's a great balance. We need it. Andre 3000 type shit, like someone said. Keep doing it.
Thank you. I will.
Miles, do you how's the show experience? Are you doing show?
How's the
yeah,
I just finished I did a tour this past like September and October. I just toured with this guy named Seb, really talented guy. And before that, like during the summer, I did this other tour with Surfing with Feet. That was super fun. We got to go kind of throughout America. That was super fun. The shows, I'm getting to connect with the people that are listening to my music online, and then just like, you know, bridging that gap from the internet to like real life. That's just been really crazy for me.
I'd like to know what your playlist looks like right now. Like, you
What
know,
is my
yeah. Like, give me some of like what is Miles listening to when he's floating through the airport or on the flight on that flight?
I could tell you off the top of my head, and I am also pulling off Spotify right now, the new Overcast project, Cast Got Wings. I enjoyed that. I've been listening to the new Tyler album. I've been like trying to put that more into rotation, but also like some South African jazz, um, and Visions by Stevie Wonder. Like that album, the whole album, the title track specifically, but like that whole album, I'm trying to take a lot more inspiration from that. So it's a little mix of everything, I'd say. NERD, McGee's album. Um, what else we have in here? BK the Ruler. BK the Ruler's like everything. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Too high. No, I'm just joking. Um, nah, that's good stuff, man. And yeah, I felt like it was gonna be a very eclectic mix of good music. So I'm very happy to hear that. Um, so as far as shows now, I believe are you in New York to perform as well?
Yeah, I'm doing like a small kind of intimate show, performance type of thing tonight actually.
I'm gonna try to make
Yeah.
it out, man. I think that's awesome, man. Check out the vibes, Miles in the building. I would do want to play one more song, and then we're gonna open it back up. I want to play this record. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna play it, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it, and just vibe a little bit more. So check it out. Just again from the EP "Lost Within the Disco." Miles, it is out now. We will have the DJ pack up, I believe, within the next day. So everybody will have access to it. And check this record out. Yeah, let me know y'all thoughts. Rick James track with that as well. It's all good. Back with Miles. Shout out to him in the building. And who's doing the production for you?
I'm doing the production.
End to
The
end.
EP, yeah, the EP is 100% produced by me.
Nah, that's great.
Yeah, like everything I make is 100%
That's
produced by
tough.
me.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Very impressive, man. Very and then I guess the other question I have is how do you find time to balance this with, of course, going to school at one of the most prestigious universities in the United States of America?
It's so funny you should ask. No, truth be told, the balance is really hard to get into. As it stands, like right now, I'm on Zoom for another class, like right now, actually. So, you know that like I'm literally on Zoom in class right now. But I balance it the best I can, I think. It's definitely been something that's taken a little time to get better at, and I'm still getting better at. But you know what I mean? I'm working on it and I'm still getting better at it. So eventually the system's gonna get better.
Yeah, man. I'm very I applaud you, man. I applaud everything that you're doing, man. You're holding up a lot, and you're doing well at it. You know, assuming you're getting good grades in school.
I'm
That's
trying to.
I know that's what I'm saying. I know it's a lot. You know, you're talking about complex math algorithm, damn near cryptographic problems, I'm sure.
Right.
And then you're going in the studio and creating. So I could just imagine the balance. But yeah, man, I just want to say, really happy for you and proud of you and happy to meet you, man, because I feel like you'll be a bright light. Because this is your first project and it's only going to get better if you believe in yourself and you keep going. So, um, you know, um, yeah, kudos, man. And
No, for sure. It means the world. Thank you.
yeah, no. Last couple things I'll say is this. One, I would encourage vinyl for this project. I think vinyl it immortalizes your music in a different way, and it makes it. I don't know if I have a proper word for it, but it just makes it even more classic. Having a vinyl record of it, people being able to hold that, play that. Something I would definitely encourage you to do.
Let me break it down. So for me, I'm a vinyl lover. I'm an avid vinyl collector. So for those people that collect vinyl, it's definitely giving like, I want to collect this, and it's giving longevity. You know what I'm saying? You stamp your name for the longevity run. You know what I'm saying? It's not you here for just a second and then people forget about you. You get that vinyl. People, especially vinyl collectors, are gonna have you in their collection for a long time, and they get to play your record for a long time instead of just playing your MP3 and then you fall off the face of the earth and so does your records. It's not the same. With vinyl collectors, they still will play the record. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Definitely.
Longevity.
Yeah. And then you have people like C Styles and other audiophiles that are very much, it's an eclectic taste. And they spread that message to a different audience in a different way, the way they communicate amongst each other. And you go from being in the Daily News to the New York Times, just like that. So definitely something to think about. If you need help with that, I can help you with that. It's not a problem. But listen, I know you have school. I know you got a lot going on. And I'm very, very just proud that you're able to juggle all of this stuff and keep it going. For those who want to get in contact with Miles, I guess hit him on the IG or reach out to Jennifer Williams, who's also his publicist, and we'll make sure that happens properly. And that's what it is, man. But yo, man, Miles, anything else you want to say before you go back to doing what you got to do?
Music is amazing. Life is amazing. The fact that we can meet like this, I'm just super grateful. I don't know. It's amazing to be here. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. I appreciate anyone online tuning in. It's just crazy to see how this is expanding. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Well, you're doing it, man. You're doing it. I love the fact that we're able to find, discover, and help new artists like yourself, man. More power to you. And man, anybody wants to get in contact with Miles, make sure that you do reach out to him and help him and play the music, man. This week, I know Raymond says it every week, but listen, break a new record, play a Miles joint. My parting statement will be this. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but I will say, get the acapellas out to everybody too. Allow people to create with you, remix your records and create another vibe, another energy. You never know what's going to come out of that. And with that, I am going to let you go do your thing. And we will talk soon, my brother. Oh, wait, DJ Red, go ahead.
Just real quick, hey, how you doing, brother Miles? DJ Big Red out of Dallas, Texas, man. I was listening to the music. I like the vibes, like you giving me the Andre 3000. You can still hear the ATL in the music and the creativity in your music, man. And like I said, for you to be young, talented, and gifted, I'm also a student of Audacity. I have a lot of stuff I did on Audacity back in the day, so you know what I mean. I can do some intros on it. But
for sure.
Yes, what I wanted to say, man, is like the vibe that you got, and if God's willing, man, or if it's in God's design, man, Thundercat, man. That guy there, y'all, you got a vibe like Thundercat, man, to be honest, man. And it'd be nice on production if you guys just somehow, some way collab, man. I think it'd be real nice, man. Cause you got that Thundercat vibe of music, of finding stuff and finding elements, man, and putting it together, man.
No, one day that's definitely one of my that's a huge influence on my sound. I've definitely, as a bassist, like taken after him. I try to.
Yeah.
So One day, hopefully.
Right. I felt it, and I was like, Thundercat, man, this is something. But yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. And like I said, very talented to be in one of the most prestigious schools, and reach out to the DJs, and we get the. Hopefully, I get it in my hands, and which I know I get it in my hands, and I'm gonna make sure I play it, man, for sure.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
good
Yeah,
luck. Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Genuinely.
All right. Miles, we're gonna let you rock, do your thing. And like I said, everybody break a record this week and support Miles. And we'll have the DJ pack up probably as soon as this call's over. We're gonna get that done. That being said, we're gonna play a song and then we're gonna come back with our next guest. Shout out to everybody who just tapped in. New Music Wednesdays. We're gonna get it in. Check
A
this
good
out.
one.
All right. Peace. So, why I ain't getting no sound? Music. Oh my goodness. It's New Music Wednesday, man. A lot of joints.
Damn, that was short.
Listen, the records are like, I'm telling you, it's not me.
I know.
228. Amine and Simino. Songs called Passenger Princess. And yeah.
That's Smino, sir.
Semino, I said. No, I'm just thank you. Yeah, I try to do it like I'm a professional. Thought nobody would catch me and shit. Semino. No, Semino. And the record is called Passenger Princess. Another joint that came out late last week. And you try to stay up on all these records, but it's so hard, man. If anybody got anything that came out that was fire, let me know. Shout out to Swerve. Swerve's always like, yo, CL, we gotta play this, we gotta play that. And it is what it is. All right. Without any further ado, our next guest is definitely in the building. Brought a whole crew with him, though, with her. Shout out to the legend Jimmy Cozier in the building. He's riding around the big body Benz, that J Records money. Man, must be nice. And shout out to Jim Boogie and everybody else moving and grooving around. And of course, the beautiful Nali. She's on I guess not on camera. Oh, there she is. There she is. All right. All right. Welcome to New Music Wednesdays. How's everybody doing? How's the crew, man? What's going on? Talk to us.
Hey.
Hey. What's happening,
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Good.
Where you tapping in from? You tapping in from the back cave.
I'm in a studio.
Okay, that is the cave. That is the cave. We used to call it the black hole because once you go into the studio, boy,
right,
you come out, it's like daylight,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So Nali, thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt. What city are you tapping in from?
Well, right now I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, so you're the reverse. Okay, so you moved. Are you visiting Atlanta or you moved to Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm visiting right now.
Okay, so you just in your creative bag, records done or whatnot. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house always.
Word.
Everybody's trying to do their thing. So yeah, let's talk about you. Who's Nali? How'd you get into the business? How'd you go with Jimmy Cozier, a legend, and a musical maven himself? What's going on here? What's the story?
Okay. Well, music has always been my life because Mr. Cozier, sir, is my father. He's always been in the music world. I've just watched him kind of, but he's always like kept me, just if I wanted to do it, I can do it. If I, no pressure, no nothing. I was right around studios and stuff like that, but I never thought I would be making music. Like this is the last thing that I would be doing, honestly, professionally.
What was your passion? That was sort of like adjacent, or what was your other passion that you were like, you know what? I also like this.
I actually just recently graduated with my degree in medical sciences, pre-nursing. So I thought I was, well, I still am planning on it, but yeah, I wanted to be a midwife. I always wanted to be in the medical field. So yeah.
Wow, that's so awesome, man. Today we've had some great artists that are musicians, musically talented, but then they also have the other side of their talent, which is their other side of the brain. So it's been awesome. That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So you got a plan on top of the plan.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man. So okay, so how old were you when you sang your first song by yourself?
I was in, like, for a joke, I went to one of my dad's sessions. My dad had a friend, and he had just like a local studio that we would always go to, that he would always go to. And one day, his name was Wally. He wrote like a song, and I was in middle school. And he was like, I got this song for you, and your daughter can sing it. And then I just did it for fun. But then I never did it after that up until like COVID time. My dad opened up his own studio, and then he was like, yeah, like you could just go record whenever. And I practically lived in the studio. But it was still just something for fun. It was COVID time, nobody's outside. I was just like, oh, like this is just something to do on the spare time. Like it's nice. I like writing, it's fun, okay. And around like I don't know exactly when I made this demo to this song that I did, but I made a demo and then I like never touched it, and I posted it on TikTok, and then I deleted my Instagram because I was gonna quit music. I was done. I was over it. I was like, ugh.
Time out. So you made a demo, you never posted, decided to post it on your TikTok out of nowhere, and then deleted your Instagram.
Yeah, but okay, I'm skipping steps because I met some music friends and stuff like that, and they got me into like DistroKid and like how to distribute my music and stuff. Because before that, I was previously just posting like just fun songs on SoundCloud. So, but that was in 2022. Then 2023, that's when I did that demo, and I was just like, kind of over this. Like, I'm tired of coming out of pocket to go to the studio because my dad, he like didn't have that studio space anymore. So I was just kind of over it. I was like, I don't want it this bad. Like to be coming out of pocket like this, like I'm over it. So I was just locked in on my school stuff, and I was just like, you know what, Instagram gone. Like I'm just gonna be focused on whatever I'm focused on, and that's it. And then my producer, who introduced me to like DistroKid and stuff, and who's my main producer now, kind of, he was like, yo, like your song is going viral. I was like, what song? He was like, some guy posted you on his page and like everyone's asking you to like drop the song. And I was like, what? So I made my Instagram December of last year. I like remade it, and I was just like, it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then yeah, I ended up dropping the song like 3 weeks after I met. I had like the most random people reaching out. Like I think the first person that I was like, what the hell, was like Ninth Wonder. He like reached out to me, and I was like, I was like, Ninth Wonder in my DMs. I was like, what's happening right now? But yeah, it was very unexpected, very random.
Wow. And now the name of that song is?
That song was For You.
Oh.
So yeah.
Do you feel like TikTok is your main distribution outlet to your friends? I mean, I'm sorry, to your fans? Is that is that Nolly's way of really sort of like setting it off, you know what I mean? Or is there another way that fans find you and your music?
Really, I feel like, I mean, like TikTok is so iffy. It's like if they mess with you, they mess with you. If they don't feel like paying attention, they won't. But I really feel like people more find me off of like SoundCloud. Like I was getting a lot of SoundCloud DMs, like, oh my God, I love your music. Like, when are you gonna drop on all DSPs? Or like, when are you dropping? And I'll just be like, oh, like, okay, cool. Like, this is nice. But yeah, I don't know. People find me from all sorts of stuff. It's really the Shazam now. I'm seeing a lot of people on my Shazam, even from before. Like, I guess people be playing songs with Shazam. I'm like, oh, okay, nice.
This is great information. We always want to know.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to think they have a plan, but it's just so it's literally organic on top of organic, and I don't know. So, all right, I'm sort of ranting. Let me get back to focus here. Let's talk about the Petty song.
Yeah. Okay, well, this song is so funny because I actually did not like this song when I first made it. I was in the studio and it was coming towards like the close of the session, and I heard this beat and I was like, yo, this beat is crazy. This is like nothing that I like typically make music on. Like it's complete opposite of what I do. When you listen to like the rest of my music, kinda. But it was just like one of them, Jersey Club was like a thing, like it was bumping. So I was like, oh, this is a really, really cool Jersey Club beat. Like I like this. I like this a lot. So I just was like, all right, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna lay like a little hook. And that's exactly what I did. I just laid down a hook. And then my manager heard it and she was like, we need more than a hook. So I was like, oh, word. So then I ended up finishing the song and everyone just was like, oh, I like this song. It's a nice song. So that was really it. It was just when I wrote that song, I don't even know where I was. Like it was just like I was just like, oh, this is how I'm feeling. And this is who I am. So this is where this is coming from.
It is. Well, we're gonna play it now.
Okay.
We're gonna world premiere it here on New Music Wednesdays, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit more. Sure, we're gonna get into a bunch of other stuff. Shout out to everybody in the building. But let's set it up, man. This is Nolly. The song's called Petty, and check it out. Let's see what's about. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Ah, thank you. I'm happy you like it.
Hey. So, all right, we got a couple of comments here. We had Tammy Marie said, she said, call your mammy. Oh, that's this is the chat, also said, very upbeat. I like this. PBE Pluto. Definitely can see TikTok trends to this one. DJ Headrush. I love the drum. Oh shit, here we go. DJ Headrush, can you please repeat what you said? Because I'm not going to listen.
The drum syncopation.
Syncopation.
Yeah. The drum syncopation. That's right. I know what that means. Then it drops into the Jersey Club beat. Okay, got the fire emojis. Old school DJ. Jazzy and Jersey vibe. DJ Epidemic. Smooth record. I like it. C Styles. It's vibing. So those are some initial reactions, good energy out there. I like it a lot. I guess my question is, what have you done to sort of get this record out there, especially in the Northeast, Jersey, of course, Jersey Club, New York, which plays Jersey Club, Philadelphia, which plays Jersey Club, Baltimore. Have you focused any efforts there as of yet?
So I can jump in. What's up, Cielo Saint?
What I'm saying?
What's going on?
I got the bad feedback.
Can you
1 2 1 2? Sounds way better. Whatever you did, it worked. But we can't hear you now. Okay.
Let's probably see how you doing. Just want to give you a shout out.
What up, brother Cozier, man? Shout out to you as well. I see the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Good energy.
For real.
Good
Great
music.
energy.
And I like the fact it doesn't seem forced. Like, she's not, sometimes, first of all, I didn't even know that was your daughter, but what I think was dope was that she's just flowing in her own energy,
She really is. She really is. She's definitely independent. She's doing the thing. It's my baby. I'm proud of her. And she's 100 times better than me. And it's exciting to see that. You know what I mean? Me and her mama did something right.
Hey, there it is. There it is. I thought you were I thought it was your label and you was gonna be on some Suge Knight. She's signing me. Nobody better try. Y'all want sync licensing? You better call. We own the masters.
Not that at all. I'm not the dadager. I'm really just dad. I'm her fan. That's it.
And
security.
that's
How about
awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Yo, man,
can you hear me now?
Welcome to the platform.
Yeah, they don't say it. Let Saint give it to you real quick.
So
Brother
so
Steve.
so so really quick, just to answer that question, we wanted to start with you. We have a lot of lean in from Apple, from Spotify, from Pandora, from just all the DSPs, right? And so as we make our move into the culture and radio, we wanted to start with you and the DJs. Nothing moves without the DJs, like nothing. So we started with you. We started here with Digiwaxx. So it was important that we come here first and then kind of spread from there. So to answer that question, this is our first stop.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Thank y'all for that. That's what's up. And again, I like the record a lot. And that the reason why I asked the question because I like the record. And I think that Nolly sort of has a jump on everybody because she sort of understands her social currency, which is the first step to me. The fact that you put out music before naturally just by posting it and it caught, you saw the value in that. And I'm sure that you have a strategy there that none of us can probably match. Maybe aid it a little bit, but you probably just run away with that. On the flip side of it, I do think that as it grows digitally, so from social, it is about all the other playlist opportunities with a song like this to me, which, if you're on DistroKid, they'll put you there, but then you have to actually work them. So, I like what Pandora does for records like this. Just putting this behind putting this type of song in between two songs that may be more popular, let's say a SZA and I don't know, Beyonce, just for lack of a better name right now. It's a good discovery song. Right now, I want to know more about you, and that sort of happens, and that happens on, all of the other ones, Apple Music's and the whatever, the Spotify's and Audio Max and so on and so forth. And then, of course, the culture, which I think is important that you're here now. There will be a DJ that really takes this song and champions it and makes it theirs, and that's the next step, because that happens pretty quickly. You got guys like C Styles, who's from New York, but down in Atlanta, and what they do with New Music Mondays is amazing in Atlanta. And you have that type of energy up here. So you have guys like DJ Epidemic, who's in Brooklyn, who's moving and grooving. You got guys like Cuddy Rex that's in Jersey, that's a part of that circle. So it is important to sort of do it. I do think and again, I'm just out here brainstorming. We're just talking openly. It's sort of how we get down. So I do think the private music listening event for DJs for influence is a good kick up. I think that's another way to get that energy going and get people talking between New York, well, the Northeast, I'll say, and even down to Atlanta and other parts of the country. I think that would be very important. And anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I mean, I'm just over here thinking about how can we make this record number one. And
I love that. Shout out to Epidemic too. Got to give a shout out to Epidemic. That's my guy.
There it is.
Official from back in the day. You know what I mean?
Brooklyn in the house.
All day. All day. Stop playing.
All of
Yeah,
y'all.
but I think too, as you guys start to lean, I think everything you just said, Sia, was spot on, because you're going to start to see this record. Some great things are going to happen with Apple over the next couple of weeks. So you'll be seeing like that there are things sort of coming into play, and so as you guys hopefully start to champion this record, you're going to start to see the support online for the record as it just builds and has this groundswell. And again, the one thing I will say, because I heard Nolly talking earlier, Shazam and SoundCloud, like people find Nolly through the music, right? And I think that's just so important, not through like antics or different things. They find her through the music. So what she does is just amazing for you. It's just an amazing record. Like for everybody who hasn't checked that out, it's the number 4 and the letter U. So go and check that out. But we're super excited about her trajectory, and we think it's going to be something special. So
yeah, and And I want to add something to that, Saint. Nolly also has a lot of music. You know what I mean? So this ain't the fly by night. You know what I mean? She has a lot of good music. I think that Petty is a different side of her. I think that For You gives that initial nostalgic R&B energy that she really lives in. You know what I mean? And she's so diverse. Not just saying that because she's my child, because she really is. You know what I mean? But I think that we have a lot to expect. Unlike a lot of artists, they throw out records and they get a little fame, and the fans jump in and they can't sort of follow up. I think that you haven't heard anything. This is the pinnacle. This is the beginning. So just support is needed, but no, there's a lot more records to come.
Yeah, I think one of the things is like, okay, how are we gonna make it stick out, right? So I also, what I was saying before, I think like this type of a song, even by itself, A side, B side, instrumental, extended mix, right? I would love to see a true white label, 100 pieces of vinyl. You could even make a press and press it on there, or right on there, Nolly, just you, 1, Nolly 2, do 100 pieces, and go visit certain DJs with it. I remember a record that broke because it had nothing on it. And it would just happen to be we were in the studio and DJ Nuff picked it up. I was like, what the hell is this? He threw it on. And within, I would say 30 to 40 seconds into the joint, he's like, I'm playing it today. This is a type of joint that has like it's a groovy side, not to take from C Style, but it does got a groove to it. So I would suggest the vinyl for promo initially. You can come back and sell it later, but I think that that's a good way to get those real DJs and audiophiles into the project.
You can say it. It is a groovy movie. Yeah, it's a groovy movie. Yeah, you can say it. It's okay. It's okay.
No, you gotta trademark that. That's you. You know what I mean? When you get the groovy movie T-shirts, I'll buy one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Love it. Yo, CL, what's going on? This is Swerve. As for all the DJs on here, this is DJ Swerve. Everybody that's on here, we have Zooms every day from different families. Of course, Digiwaxx is one of them. C Style got the Mondays. I could link y'all with someone, Southwest Alliance. They do theirs on Tuesdays. Fleet DJs do theirs. If you haven't been on that, I'm a Fleet DJ. They do one every day of the week during the week. You got Strong Side Radio, Head Rush, Manny Faces. They do theirs on Thursdays. There's some going on Fridays. I got connections to all the different markets. I did put my email up in the chat. Swerve at Digiwaxx. I do work with Digiwaxx as well. So any help y'all need to get on these different platforms, and these are different markets, by the way. I'm from New York. Work with CL, but definitely have connections in these other markets, whether it's the South, West, whatever. So definitely tap in. More than glad to help push the good music out there, and link with the DJs as much as y'all can.
We love that. Well appreciated. Thank you so much, Swerve.
Mm-hmm. And Goldie, I met you back in the day too. Inside, I was always at the labels picking up these records. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Getting
nice. Yes, sir.
Fridays to every label that was out there. So, and I still play a joint too. I also have a residency in the Bronx. A nice spot, and we do have R&B Fridays. It's called I9 Bistro. And in a nice part of the Bronx is like the Dumbo of Brooklyn now. So yeah.
Oh well, yes, we shall pull up. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you on that email and we're gonna get it going.
Yes, sir. We definitely we had quite a few artists perform at the establishment too. I connect that and hook that up with the promoters there, since I have the connections with so many people within the industry. So I'm kind of bringing that in, and the owners, they love it. They love it, and then the people's there. So it's definitely we talk about a lot about organic
going back to the artist touching the people. A lot more that needs to be done instead of hanging behind a computer and typing this and people getting caught up in these numbers. Numbers is cool, but I think when you get out there and take a couple of pictures and people.
No, it's real. Bring back that traditional work ethic that was being done back in the day. And Nolly is coming from that. You know, the beautiful thing about having the OGs around her is that she's gonna definitely attack it from a grassroots standpoint. And the benefit is that the young people do understand this new generation kind of rollout Thomas doing up right now. So we'll definitely put together a plan to do a grassroots thing, shouting out to DJs, doing the drops for the DJs, having Nolly on these calls, frequently, and keeping everybody abreast of what she's doing and just building that real genuine relationship. That's what it's about. It's about relationships.
Yes, indeed. Let's do it. I'm here. Let's do it.
Thank you, my brother.
I was just saying that the other day that there are no street teams no more, and there's nobody doing the footwork. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it needs to go back to, because that's why records was winning back in the day. Like, it was easy to have certain records winning back in the day because they had the street team doing the footwork, putting the promotion and the posters out in. And you know what I'm saying? They was doing the legwork. And then you had people in the promotion department going to the radio stations, going to the club, to the DJs with 2 copies of the record to play in the club. I know I was one of them. I was on radio and I was doing the clubs out here in Atlanta. So I know about it. They don't have that anymore. So with you doing it from the grassroots, that's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. It's very
doing
organic.
that.
It's very organic, and that's how you win longevity. That's how your records will be playing 20 and 30 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, indeed.
Because you've done the footwork. Your daddy know because everybody at J Records was doing the legwork and helped them get out there, and that record hit. When I say that record pop, like there was everybody with a white label J Records of that record and was playing it in the clubs, on radio. We had the acapella, so we was flipping it, doing live blends with it.
Exactly.
Listen, it was the people behind the scenes that was putting the legwork in. They don't have that no more. It's like, let's put it on TikTok and social media and see what happens.
Let's see what happened. No. We getting out there. She gonna touch the people. She's gearing up to perform. She's rehearsing. Again, she's one of the true. She's blessed with being enabled and supported by a team of cats that's been in the game. I'm honored. With Saint, with his team, with her, Lamaya, who's the young G that's on the management side. I think it's such an amazing combination of personalities and experiences that have come together to do this, that this is a longevity play. And we understand it's not an overnight thing. It takes years, sometime to break an artist. Nolly understands that. And she has 150 times more work ethic than I did. That's why I'm a one-hit wonder. And she's going to go beyond that. But you know what I mean? So we feel it and we're excited about it. We're just super excited.
Listen, man, if she's coming from you and you already been here and you already know how this works, it shouldn't be long before this record pops and then she's out of here.
And we go. Exactly.
So let's get to it.
So yeah, I mean,
thank y'all again.
I like the vibe. I think I did have a couple other questions, Nolly. I wanted to bring it back to you. I did have a few more questions.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So right now, are you hoping to release, ultimately EP, sort of a mini EP, or like album, like this body of work you're starting to put together? How do you wish to see it released?
So right now I'm really planning on dropping like another single, just another something, and then following up with like a mini EP, something like that, just to give everyone like, just a taste of like more of my, I guess you could say like my R&B slow side, because I feel like I could really touch on a few things. So really just stuff like that. And then potentially after that, I'll follow up with an actual like project.
Fire.
So yeah.
And then the other question I had was like, your inspirations or artists you'd want to work with or, make songs with? So it's a two-part question. One, who are your inspirations? I know your dad is obviously one. Anybody else that you sort of, take energy from or have been inspired by? And then two, moving forward, people would like to work with potentially.
I think a lot of my inspiration comes from artists like Robert Glaspers, the Ombres, the Alex Isleys, the Jacob Colliers, the Brandys, Jasmine Sullivans, who else? Just a lot of those artists. I would like the Summer Walkers too, the Janae Aikos, the SZAs. It's like a little bit of everything really, because yeah, Robert Glasper is the truth. I love Robert. I love Robert. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys know James Fauntleroy. I love him too. Leon Thomas, all great people, just people like them. Everyone that I just listed that I get inspiration. Oh, that I get inspiration from, like all of them. I would love to work with all of those people. I would also love to work with just a lot of smaller artists probably, but the Malayas and I love Yeba. I would love to work with Yeba. That would be fun. But really everyone I name, like it's a dream to like thinking about if I could work with Jacob Collier or like Robert Glasper or like the Ninth Wonders and all of them.
Okay, that's dope. It's a good spread of eclectic talent, which is awesome. Definitely fits your vibe. And that's what it is, yo. And that being said, it's I think this is a good start. I'm actually gonna play for you as we end up. Just to give everybody a little bit of a, what I mean? Why not? Why not? Before we go artists in between, we're gonna play that just to show some love. And for those who need to follow up, your team is on here. So team, please put your contact or a way to get in contact if anybody wants to interview. Anybody wants drops, which people will want drops, or anything else, shows.
Yeah.
I think the shows are like, I don't really have to say it, but that's obviously, I think, a key thing. And I think New York, just shows, intimate shows where you can bare your soul and 10 people go and tell it on the mountain. That's the best thing, sometimes. Yeah, getting into yourself is the best because that's how people really, also grab. And then they'll buy some vinyl, they'll buy a t-shirt, they'll get whatever promo items you'd make for people on the way out.
Yes. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback that I'm getting right now. And yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And with that, we're gonna play for you as we let Nolly do her thing. Thank you for joining New Music Wednesdays, and y'all check this joint out.
I hate to tighten the fuck up, but I'm here for the.
That's not it.
Oh my fucking God. Whoa.
That was beautiful. Those background vocals were ridiculous.
Whoa.
This is what we talk about. Independently major artists, this
Groovy.
is the new wave, independently major artists. This is the new wave. We are no longer
groovy
independent.
Groovy movie.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sounds like the EP might be ready already.
Yo, that
Future's in good hands.
It is. Oh, that's the thing. We do got to promote it. Listen, man. And I'm going off the rails here, but I'm going off the rails. I don't care. I'll tell you. Our media has been pushing bullshit on the people, the masses, for so long. You got to look at it and know that stuff is so controlled. And there's never been a better time to take back and play the music and push the art that you believe in than now. There's never been a better time. Everything's always had these massive gatekeepers literally dictating who your culture is to you, damn near. For the street for the DJs, boy, I tell you, it would be a whole nother thing. But now we have the ability to go out on our own radio stations, go out on your own social platform, go out on your own everything, events. One of the dopest events in New York now is at a bodega in the Bronx. Cats pull up, turntables, front of the bodega, in the bodega, and they turn it into a party, into a club. You do not need permission anymore when you invest in yourself to play music, to break music, to do your own thing. So I'm saying free yourself. Get your mind out of begging for people to help you. It's good to get partnerships and all of that. But help yourself by investing in yourself and breaking records for yourself and pushing the culture the way you see it fit. And that's all I want to say. Yes, I'm back.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I'm back on track now. Just had a little bit too much water earlier.
Groovy movie.
Groovy movie.
Groovy movie.
Well,
I had to go away with saying, then it brought tears to my eyes. Boy, that shit was fire.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, Nolly, like we said, we got the amazing single. I'll just say it's a single. Petty is now out. Everybody can go download it off of Digiwaxx and support that, as well as look forward to her performing here in New York as well. She's out in Atlanta. She'll be rocking. Hopefully, she's going to do New Music Mondays, and hopefully, you'll be seeing her some other DJ calls as well. And Nolly, any parting words for the crew here before we let you go and continue your beautiful evening?
Really, I just want to say thank you, and I'm happy that everyone enjoyed my music. And yeah, I just hope you guys continue to listen. These are just very small parts of who I am and like my artistry. So yeah, I just hope you like anything I put out moving forward, and anything you guys ever need in the future, just let me know.
That's what's up. Jimmy, any words you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. I'm glad that you're still doing what you've been doing to move the culture forward. God bless all you DJs, because without you, we would be nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm loving the fact that my daughter gets to hear the words of you guys who've been in it, and to be honest and truthful with her, and she's now learning that you guys are the gatekeepers now. Y'all are the gatekeepers. You are the ones that make the decisions and what's hot and what's not. So I'm just super excited that she's getting to get this kind of advantage, you know what I mean, to sort of attack it from a grassroots space. And I thank Lamaya, I thank Saint, I thank her team for being fully supportive and making things happen. Big up Jen Boogie, and just looking forward to making the movie and watching my baby go.
Now, no doubt. Well, again, thank y'all. And this is just the beginning, man. We got y'all back.
One love. Praying for all of y'all. God bless y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Peace and love. All right, so we're going to play another joint, and we're going to bring in our last guest for the evening. Yeah, let's play a song, and then we're going to come right back. Word up. We're going to show some love. Let's do it. Building, that's his new joint. We just played it for some love, man. Shout out to PBE. He's sending it around to everybody who put their email in the chat. And that's just what it is, man. Word up. So, yeah, we'll probably have PBE up here for a real interview in a week or two, just so we can really get it in. But that is his new track. Hit it from the back. And that's just what it is. All right. Without any further ado, we have our next guest. Our next guest, Miss Sandy, are you there?
Hi.
Stunner, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's what's up, man. How's your wait? Before we start, do you mind turning your camera to the what do you call that? Horizontal?
Yeah, I could do that.
Bingo. Bomb. That's what I'm talking about. There it is. There it is. How's your day so far?
It's good, thank you.
That's good. Okay. Where you tapping in from?
I'm just home chilling.
Okay. New York, Miami, Detroit, LA.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn's all over the place. Shout out to Brooklyn. It's a beautiful day in Brooklyn today, by the way. It's a beautiful day. It's almost I'm gonna say 70 degrees at the end of October. This is really crazy. I think we have global warming going on, but that's just what I feel, and that's just what it is. All right. For those who don't know, this is the legendary Stunner Sandy, moving and grooving out of Brooklyn. So yeah, Miss Sandy, first of all, thank you for joining the call. Appreciate you pulling up and sharing some vibes and whatnot. Let's just talk a little bit about your origin story, man. How'd you get into music?
Well, it wasn't really intentional, to be honest. I love music. I always knew that I wanted to do something in music. I didn't think I was going to be an artist, but it just kind of happened that way. And I'm grateful that it did.
Okay, so like when you say it didn't happen intentionally, like you stumbled upon it, how? Like, was it how'd you first get into the studio? Who discovered you? How did that happen?
Well, I was working other jobs, like a regular job. I was an underwriter, and I got laid off one day. So I had a lot of free time. I couldn't find another job, so I just decided to get in the studio for fun. And I got in the studio. I realized that I really wanted to do it, and that's just what happened.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Good. You just gotta, what was the first song that you recorded? Do you remember?
The first song I recorded, it's not released.
Okay. That's good. What was the name of it though?
Um, I think it was called On My Body.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Dope.
Mhm.
And now we bring you up to date. So you started making records, and how did you what happened, and how did you grow to the point where you got with a heavyweight like Saint and his team?
Yeah, I was just posting my music, like posting little snippets and stuff, and sometimes like they would get some attention, and I ended up connecting with Solomon, and honestly he's been there like since day one, and I really connected with him. I felt like he understood me and my vibe and what I'm going for, and I met the rest of the team and I clicked with them even more, and it's just been like that.
All right. Shout out to Solomon, finding talent, putting people on. I see what's going on. Jesse over there. All right. The whole crew. So good. All right. Well, let's play some music, man. Why not? Now I know you got a record that's now coming out, I think on Friday, but talk to us about Make It Look Sexy.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit. Can you repeat that one more time?
Talk to us about Make It Look Sexy.
Yes, that's a record that I have out right now. It just got released last month, and I have a music video out for it right now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's my first song.
All right. Well, let's play that. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk some more. Stunner Sandy's in the building, Brooklyn in the house. Check this out, and we'll be right back. Shout to Stunner Sandy. You already know, making it look sexy. Shout to old school. He okay. He said, why didn't we play the video? I don't got the video. I don't got it. Maybe we'll just come back. Maybe we'll spin the block. We'll play the video.
Yeah, the video's on YouTube everywhere. Song is growing really nicely. It's really been a super viral play from when she first started teasing the record. It's been really viral on TikTok and Twitter, and she's really been like having the internet in a chokehold. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that with the next records moving forward. So we're very, very, very
I
excited.
could feel it, like the virality of it. Like it feels like it's just going to naturally hit New York. It's its own vibe, but you could play it with in between Sexy Red and what's her name from the Bronx? Ice Spice. It's like it goes right there, but it's its own thing. What I mean? So I'm sure the street DJs is the ones jumping on it. I guess, and this is going to Solomon, did you guys start to, how old is this record? Let me ask that first.
So The record just recently got released like a month ago, but we teased it for a really long time, like 4 or 5 months on social before it released. So it got to build up a really, really, really good internet presence. And we was kind of able to just use that to kind of build up her fan base initially and some of the notoriety around her. And, we played into some of the comparisons or whatnot, but we teased the record and built a good digital campaign on it for a long time before we actually released it to DSPs and DJs and things like that. But it's been out for about almost 2 months now.
Okay, so it's still relatively
Yeah,
new.
it's fresh. It's fresh.
Yeah, I feel like it's still got fresh legs on it. Yeah, I the marketing it changes, but it still also stays the same.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, like, earlier today we were talking about social media for DJs and how, like, if you're a DJ and a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, like, yo, I want to do a birthday party, I'm a hire DJ so-and-so, how are you going to make that lit? And the rules are like, you still got to be nice. You still got to know, like, you probably gonna need a crate of TikTok records or whatever the case is to go with whatever, right? Because you still got these big records that kids like. Like, I got a 13-year-old, she loved Michael Jackson, but she also gonna play Central C, right? And a Central C record that I don't even know, like something crazy new that's a minute and 30 seconds. So I'm saying that to say the rules sort of apply to artists too, right? So I was telling them, we were talking about how you need to like sort of spice up your set a little bit, Sandy, and you'll have on TikTok or the gram, you have a DJ set up, you have 10 people behind you with a bunch of lights and shit moving around. Clown will walk through the room and people be jumping up, going crazy, and it makes it look like it was the greatest party in America. But it's all like, all right, I guess what I'm saying is this. One of the tactics that I think will work with that, you got some dope influencers out here on social media, right? And I'll put bunch of names in there, but they're dudes that just do joints every day. Like this one dude I know, he just be snapping on people all day, right? But he got like 200,000 followers, and I think he's from the Bronx, and he be bugging out. But for $200, he'll do a post with the record that will get you like 60, 70, maybe 100,000 looks. And I feel like with certain records, it can work. It doesn't work with everything. But I just feel like a dope social campaign for this would help with the streets and everything that's already organically happening. And I know this record's already out. So I'm just sort of like, taking it in and really, vibing with it. But, I'm just talking out loud.
Nah, for real. But I mean, listen, you 100% right, and that's exactly what our plan is. What we're continuing is different. Literally like different influences and shit like that. Just last night, she was out with Zoe and all the lit TikTok influencers and shit like that. Like, so she's making her rounds with all of them, and I personally think like those are the new little gatekeepers for records now anyway, right? Like at least in the digital space, right? So you're 100% right on the money.
Yeah. I mean, we're just talking about it. So Miss Sandy, back to you, as we're just talking freely about music and how to market and stuff. How things being received from your point of view in the streets and around? How's the vibe been so far?
I'm getting a lot of love for it. A lot of girls listen to it. They feel good. They feel confident. So I'm getting a lot of good feedback.
Good. Okay, that's good. That's good. So, all right. So let's talk like just a little bit beyond the music. What else is Stunna Sandy into? Besides obviously you're a artist coming up, doing your thing, rising star in this game. But what do you do for fun? Like, what else do you like to do? You like to cook? Do you like to go to boxing matches? Do you like to shoot guns? Chase people down the block? Makeup. What is Stunna Sandy into?
I'm into fitness and beauty.
Okay. You said fitness and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. You work out a lot?
Yes, I try to.
Okay, that's awesome. And on the beauty side, is it obviously, you're beautiful, but is the goal to sort of have your own beauty line, or do you want to be a beautician or have a line of stores that specialize in certain beauty? What's it look like in that area of the future on that side for you?
Down the line, I'm definitely thinking something around a beauty line.
All right, that's what's up. You Yankee fan?
I don't watch sports.
No sports. Okay. Favorite dish to cook?
I don't really like to cook.
Favorite dish to
But
heat up?
to heat up,
Yes.
I love Arabic food.
Really? That's what's up.
Yes.
Is that your background?
Yes.
Awesome. Some halal.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. I like some blessed chicken. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try to ask some questions. Just trying to tap in, see what you like. See what a little bit more with Stunner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That being said, talk to us about the new single, "Fed Up." I know it drops November 1st, which is Friday. Give everybody just a little bit of what's going on with that single and what's it about.
Yes, well, it was my on the radar single. It drops on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm just like, that song, I really like that song. With that song, I feel like that was the first time I kind of felt confident, like 100% confident.
Mhm.
So I really like that song, and I hope other people like it too.
Okay, well, good. That's what's up. All right. Well, we're gonna play it. This is "Fed Up." We're here with Stunner Sandy, rising star. She's independently major as well. And tell us what you think. Yeah. We are back. Stunner Sandy, Digiwaxx New Music Wednesdays. You just heard "Fed Up." She ain't playing no games. And yeah, we got vibes, man. We got vibes. I think this is, this is heavy work in New York. And I know y'all sort of know that already. Um, it's a good time. You have Hot 97 is going to be doing the Winter Jam. Good time to try to connect with everybody up there. Power 105 is going to be just trying to keep competing. Those DJs play a lot of music early and don't mind trying to stick the necks out, a little bit less control than Hot. So between the music meetings that Hot 97 does and the one-on-ones with those DJs at the station, I think it's good. And I also think the DJ crews themselves will matter a lot. Shout out to the heavy hitters, the Union, the Lit Digitals, those cliques of DJs around the city, have a good ability to help. And I'll even say this: there are even younger cliques now that which I don't know if y'all tapped in yet, but will totally get on and support and help to push that single as well as the other, up forward. So, all right. Miss Sandy, so you mind telling us like some of the artists that you would like to work with? Anybody that's in your wheelhouse that you like, you know what? I'll collaborate with them. I'll make a record. Anybody that you feeling? Oh wait, you're on mute.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, it really depends, to be honest. Like, I'm willing to work with a lot of people. I really like Bullface Joey. I've been into his music. I would love to work with him. Um, whoever shows up to me, to be honest, I'm open to it.
Okay, that's simple. That's simple enough. Cool. Well, yeah, I think that's another way to obviously get get ahead, you know what I mean, and just get a step up on, you know, because it's a lot of weeds, right? You got a lot of artists, a lot of people trying stuff, but one thing you have is a team. So that's the first thing, which is a blessing. And then beyond the team, you know, you have your own ambition. And where people sort of go wrong, I think they're too cool to want to work with others. And my thing is, can never be too cool. Just go and get with everybody that's, like you said, you know, this is a game where every day counts. And the more you can do in that day with other artists, with other people, the better off you're gonna be in the long term. So that's just my little bit of encouragement. I think you know, you got two good songs, and it's about getting them around, whether it's gonna be social or others. Shout out to PBE Pluto. He said he thinks it's also TikTok trending record. I can see this catching definitely around Christmas break, definitely during this time between November and January when it's not much major artist distractions. Free advice. I think that's good too. And I think I would go with that. That's good advice. Good advice. Jesse, you got anything you want to say?
No, wanted to say thank you for the platform, and definitely keep an eye on her. I think 2025 is going to be a really good year for her. Having her, work with a lot of artists in the scene, collaborate, and just like embrace, this new movement of young, generation artists, and just, like get behind that. A lot of the music she's kind of focused on making is just like, fun, not just kind of making people feel good and stuff like that. So, that's our goal, just having fun with it and just kind of, meeting people along the way and just growing that. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate everyone and everyone's advice.
And just so people know who you are, what do you do with the team, and what's sort of your role with the crew?
I help A&R, also A&R research. I find a lot of artists. I think I understand both sides of the data side of the business, but also the creative. Coming up from traditional A&R, when I watch my brothers, sign TJ, Fabio at Columbia and stuff like that. So I kind of learn, again, the creative side, what it takes, what type of work ethic you need in the studio, and everything that comes with that, but also, backing up visions with like data and stuff like that. So definitely in tune with her TikTok, the algorithm. She's, working well on Twitter, TikTok, Reels simultaneously, and it's garnering like a lot of new fans and stuff.
Yeah, man. Well, dope stuff. Thank you for joining the call. That's what it is. Saint, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I think Jesse covered it. I think she's the artist that our kids listen to, that our nieces listen to, right? I think she's talking for this generation, right? She's 22. She said it in 22 with no kids, right? She's kind of letting you know where she's coming from, right? She is New York City through and through. And when she's in public, it's you can kind of see the kids take to her. Like Solomon mentioned, that she was at a party and just sort of, her reaction to walking through. It's amazing to see her star kind of shine in real time. And she's learning sort of the interview side and how to, answer questions and stuff like that, because she's just really a studio rat. She just likes to be in the studio recording and writing and rewriting and writing and rewriting. So the more she opens up and the more she gets used to being asked questions, the more this is to get easier. Right now, it's so early in her journey, so we expect a lot of things from her, and we're really excited about her.
Well, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So we have one single that's already out. We have the new single dropping on November 1st, which is Friday, Thursday at midnight. And we will have this up. These records, I do not believe they're up yet, but they will be up by the end of the night. So just check Digiwaxx, make sure you can go download them and spread the word. And Miss Sandy, is anything else, any parting word that you'd like to say to the DJs and everybody on here?
Thank you for speaking with me. Thanks for listening to my music. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That's what's up. There it is, man. There it is. And don't worry, this gets a lot easier. This is just 101. I'm happy that we were like one of the first people to actually talk to you, because in a year's time, it might be like, yo, try to chase you down, and you off to the races. You between Dubai and LA. So it's just, hopefully as things grow, we stay in contact, and good luck, and I know you're with a good team and everybody's gonna help. All you gotta do is just work hard and you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Word up. All right, cool.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much.
No doubt, man. Heard. Peace and love. Yeah. So all right, we're gonna play a one more record or two. It's still New Music Wednesdays. We're going into 646. I started drinking a little bit of rum. Why not? You know what I mean? Shout out to Appleton. Rum is crew, big up. You know what I mean? Mount Vernon, they know what it is. And man, there's some different type of records out here. Shout out to DJ Eclipse. Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to real hip hop, underground hip hop, mainstream hip hop, just people that are making dope records. I said what I said earlier because I do feel like there is somewhat of an attack on the culture. And I've heard people say certain things. I'm not going to get into that. We can talk about that another time, but don't let nobody discourage you from continuing to create in your space, whatever that is. Not everybody's happy that the gatekeepers aren't in control like they were. And some people, that's their goal, is to get that control back. But we can continue to be free. All right. Let me stop just ranting and raving. Let's play some music, and we'll come back and open up the conversation to whatever y'all want to talk about. So, shout out to the Yankees. Let's go.
When really it's lust that's fucking up the game. Rappers on album covers wearing other niggas' chains. Used to be a sin to use another brother's pen. Now I see that shit is in such a shame. How you expect them to write when they don't even read? These ain't even bars, homie, this is how I breathe. If you had heart, I would see it on they sleeve. I see a bunch of rappers, I don't see no MCs. Y'all don't respect the heritage. Death to you derelicts, vultures of the culture. Well, I ain't gotta care to get if I'm siding with D1, cause he from where we from. These slums where I learned, each one teach one. You really do the knowledge, you'll see that everything's done. Wisdom, freedom, kingdoms. It's a gunfight, be smart enough to bring one. I turn hip hop to the corner, here the fiends come. Y'all fucking up the game. The top gun. Yo, when I'm gripping this mic, I recite the red hot heat. We rock steadily. You not telling me. Blown away. I stare at the mirror to see who glares back. My eyes don't lie, can't disguise their cracks. I'll wield an axe to reveal my art on wax. Time heals a fact until the heart attack. My mission is mapped with vision intact. My kids sit on my lap while I listen to rap. Can't be bought, caught, hidden or trapped by thoughts of I didn't do this or didn't do that. My wings getting cuddled in between the trouble. Still keeping it humble without speaking in mumble. The pills might help, but not to enunciate. I'd rather kill myself than to come so vague. Don't need to touch drugs for plugging up the pain, but I'm plucking for a plumber cause you're mucking up my drain. Wouldn't touch you, bro, with oven gloves you're stained. Just another cunt fucking up the game. The top gun. Yo, when I'm gripping this mic, I recite the red hot heat. We rock steadily. You not telling me. Blown away. Star illin'. highly intelligent. I'm climbing up the course, my mind is a weapon when I'm fighting for the poor. Time to go settle in, like water around the shore. I'm not benevolent, but find myself in war. What I believe is honor in a proper person. And when I speak it farther, I cannot be burdened. I'm a street stomper, rip many stages. I'm a deep scholar, flip many pages. Swift when he spacious from the horse shit. No tape, bland, having no shame, horse shit. To undetermined, the future wonder to what can happen to hip-hop. And if they want to eliminate all of us rappers, don't want to explode the violence, I'd rather prove a point. Of the fiend, I do annoying with the fro balance. The luck runneth like rain, and it's tough cause no talent is fucking up the game, yeah. The top when I'm gripping this mic, I recite the red hot heat. We rock steadily, you not telling me. Blown away.
Real hip hop flavor. We back at it. New Music Wednesdays. It's all good. That is something coming out of, shout out to, like I said, DJ Clips. He be sending me these packs, man, of just shit, man. Straight hip hop. I mean, boom bap joints. That is Montaner the Menace.
Tough.
Featuring for Sean and Afro. The song's called The Game. Yeah. What you think, C-Stars?
Tough. That was tough.
So
it had the elements. It had the elements. It had the beats. It had the lyrics. It had the scratching with the DJ showing off. It had the elements.
Records like that in Atlanta, Georgia, where, and I'm not, no Sirius XM, I know we got that everywhere. Outside of Sirius and maybe, I don't know, local Atlanta, Georgia, because I love Atlanta because of the fact that it is that diverse.
Right.
When it comes to Black music. There is this, where do you hear that?
That kind of boom bap you would hear on college radio still. You still would hear it on college radio. And also, like there's clubs that still do boom bap. You know what I'm saying? So you would go to those certain clubs. There's a lane for everything out here as far as music wise. So you have a couple of clubs for boom bap. You got clubs for Afro beat. You got clubs for hip hop and R&B, and you got your clubs for trap. So it's diverse, but you can get your taste of flavor all these different places. You know what I'm saying? So it's just on a matter of where you want to go. But there's a lane for it, though, definitely.
So I'm gonna ask everybody else, like, okay, in your city, let's see, Indianapolis, right? Manny, Head Rush. Where do you hear that? Dallas, Texas, Hartford, Connecticut, New York, Swerve. Where do you hear that? T-Rex in Alabama, Kermit, Cleveland. Where are you getting the other side of hip hop from? Yo, Big Red look like a doctor or some shit. What the hell's going on? Yo, he got the light shining. Like, hold on, man.
It's the Halloween already. Halloween tomorrow, man.
I word up. You over here, he a surgeon and shit. Oh my!
We can't hear you, Big Red.
Go ahead, Big Red. I think you got a bad connection. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you, homie.
Something wrong with the sound. How you gonna come back? Oh, I don't know. I'm just asking because I'm like, yo, man.
That boy dressed up for Halloween, boy.
He wasn't playing. Early. Candy ready and everything. I ain't mad at him. Ready to go.
That boy dressed up as a surgeon.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man.
I know here in San Antonio, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm not a DJ or nothing, but just from what I see, from these Zoom calls and stuff like that, here in San Antonio, it's really hard to get other type of music. It's even hard to hear locals in San Antonio because I don't know, I feel like San Antonio is just so closed-minded when it comes to music. So I feel like as far as getting music from the other side, we listen to these calls, or we just listen to streaming artists and hear what other music is attached to the music that we are interested in. You know what I mean? But I think these calls really help, like getting into different artists from other places, because like shit, man, I'll take Strong Side, for example. I've been put on to so many artists from Naptown that I never even heard of in my life. You know what I mean? And same here, like that song that we just heard right here, like I never heard that shit in my life. And it takes calls like these to get put onto new stuff, in my opinion.
Bingo. I'm with it.
Well, we appreciate you for that.
Ha ha ha.
Nah, but for real though, like every certain place has their own lane, and certain places just don't appreciate boom bap and like other places do. You know what I'm saying? So
Big
it's just it's kind of hard to explain, but those that understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That is simple but true. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's play like two more records. We got to play the new Capella Gray and the new Locksmith. Nobody sent me no new exclusives. So, we're getting into the 7 o'clock hour, so it's about to be a wrap. But all right, let's play this, and then we'll end it with Capella Gray.
Go Yankees!
Go Yankees!
Go Yankees!
I got to prep for the Yankee game. This is like
Go Yankees!
Business. All right, check this out. Whoa.
That's why you got to go vote.
Whoa.
Hey, yo, see, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Now we can hear you, my brother.
Hey, nah, I got my client in the chair. That joker knocked out back there in the back. Nah,
For the Flames.
Hold on. DJ Big Red also issues anesthesia now too.
Hey, it's the chair, man. It's the chair.
Go.
But yeah, he back there knocked out. No, but in Dallas, man, the only place people really gonna hear that boom. But that song just played dope as hell, and it was like real dope. You know what I'm saying? That's some bars of letting everybody know it's time to wake up. That was a good wake up song. I like that joint.
Wake the fuck up.
That's a wake up song.
Fuck the Democrats and fuck the goddamn both of them. Fuck both of them, man.
Yeah. Everybody want money in their pocket.
What are we talking about?
At the end of the day, everybody want money.
Yeah, it's all messed up. And as soon as you say that, they call you a socialist or a communist. Ain't no such thing.
Oh yeah, definitely that. But here in Dallas, the only way you're gonna really hear music, the boom bap music, is basically, man, and good hip hop like that, you just probably got to be at a social spot, man. A lot of times it's not gonna get played on the major radio stations. Yeah. We only got 2 K104 and 97.9 The Beat for hip hop and R&B. If it's in the radio program, it'll get played, but if you don't make it to the radio program, it's not getting played.
That's the bottom line. That's the facts.
Stay up.
I'm just asking to ask because I be wanting to know my damn self.
DJ's tripping.
Yes, see, I told you that joint was
That's a real joint there, boy. Woo! And old school, you don't gotta run. You don't gotta run. There are people who have been fed up from way before Malcolm X and way before anybody else.
Jonah Lucas should join him on that track too. I know he would.
Oh, body that.
That's what they can attack.
Body
that. And
go ahead.
No, it's balance. It's like I think everybody on here will agree that we haven't had music like this. Yes, this is not something you play in your club or anything like that. This is not something you shake your ass to. This is something that it's a message. You know what I'm saying? It's real life stuff, which most artists in the past, I don't know, 5, 6, whatever years, ain't been touching on. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been touching on this stuff. So for someone to touch on real life issues, what's really going on, we talk about it. Us right here, we talk about it, but we don't hear artists, tapping on these type of issues. Yes, it was talked about, rapped about in the 80s and the 90s, and then everything just went up. Everything's party, 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 shake that ass. Shooting and killing, whatever. That's cool, but we got to have some records that talk about real life stuff. I mean, what everybody think of that? That was I think Epidemic. That was Locksmith, which he was on his platform before as well. Locksmith, produced by the Heatmakers.
Shit was hard body.
It was dope, man. I ain't running from nothing. Yeah, man. I was just saying, lyrics like that.
All right, I gotta say something then. I know you ain't running for nothing, but I do have to ask this question because I have a friend. So we all have family members. Some of us have been in the military. We have friends that have been in the military. This is just a fact of life.
I was in the military.
You did. You said that earlier. That's why this is why I'm asking what I'm asking. Being that you are a veteran, was there ever a time that you felt that your mission was unjust?
When I first enlisted, really. I mean, like when I first enlisted, I felt it was like you could see. I mean, you know how racism is in America? It's magnified 10 times in the military. When you're in the military, you see it. It's blatant right in your face, slap you in the face, and tell you, this is the country you're defending. These are your countrymen to defend you. The ones what will shoot you in the back as quick as look at you. That's what I had to fucking fight against side by side with. Man, I was in a squadron. I was the only black person in the whole squadron of 50 airmen and shit. And that was crazy. I was like, I had to, I went to these war games. You go into war games and you go into latrines. Latrines be clean. The latrines was nothing but porta potties. And the latrines were clean from day one. Day two, you see nigga, this is your mama in the toilet and this, that, one or two writings. By the time it was like a 3-week excursion, by the time it was over, it was plastered. Anyone you went into had all this racial epithets, all plastered, wallpapered all through. No matter, there was like a line of porta potties and none of them were clean. I'm like, this is what I'm fighting for? I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, that's just my experience. I don't know. Maybe some people have better experiences, but the military showed me how the society really is, and so I had to, cope and blend and live within that, and maneuver all through all that, So that's how you got to do through life, You still have to cope and blend. Even though people try to deny it, the racism is blatant, still out there. And we just have to maneuver ourselves through it and overcome it, really, some kind of way,
Yeah, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that.
But I'm not saying like what what he was rapping about was on point, and
I'm not voting for genocide. That's my beef. So
I don't know if he said nothing about genocide. I don't know if I would.
He did.
He did say something about genocide.
Yeah, but I've been on that shit from the jump. I'm not gonna vote for nobody that's gonna be killing people because black people, brown people, we was all the same. All of
yeah, but that's what this fool is trying to do. He's trying to round people up, and then I could be one. There's black Puerto Ricans, there's black Mexicans, there's Colombians.
I can't support that.
I've seen some pitch black motherfuckers who can't speak a lick of English. My father spoke fluent Spanish. Better than the Mexicans did. We live in Spanish, and he blended with them with ease, and he's from Tyler, Texas. You know, town in Tyler, Texas, there were mostly black people and shit. But he learned Spanish from going to Spain. That's where he learned Spanish. You know, he was in the military too, and he had an even tougher time blending with the racism. You know, so if I think I had it tough, and you know,
one tough ass job.
Like I say,
Rory, say that again.
Yeah, I was saying that's just one tough ass job altogether.
It's very has to be one of the toughest things in the world.
You have to kind of like
to fight for your oppressor,
swallow your pride a little bit, and
fight for
be
your
humble, and
you're fighting for your
right.
Sorry to cut you.
When they were sending them mugs to Vietnam, my pops went to Vietnam. There was nothing but niggas being sent and getting killed over there.
That's exactly why they don't mind.
And I shouldn't even say niggas, black men,
grown
black men. Some of them weren't even men, they were teenagers, 17.
Henry's been waiting to get his punches in. Go in.
Okay.
Well, y'all notice this ain't nothing new, man. If y'all know your history, is a man named Crispus Attucks was known to be the first black man to die in a war that he didn't cause. He was just stuck on the front line. So y'all ain't the first. Y'all ain't the first brothers that got put on the front line. My dad was also in the military, and ironically, he was a musician as well. But when it was time to go to war, he had to put his trumpet and his music sheet down and pick up a rifle. And the dude, I ain't never known my dad to be scared of anything. Right? He's, you know, everybody that grew up around their father, whose father was Superman to them. Right? Okay. So he told me a story a couple months back about, I asked him, why did he keep me out of the military? And he told me, he was like, same stuff we talking about right now. I didn't want you fighting a war for somebody to let you come home and still treat you like a piece of crap.
Second-class citizen.
You know what I'm saying? You go out there and put your life on the line for these folk, and then you come back home and they still call you nigga. I don't want you to deal with that because I went through that. Another thing is that he said when they numbers got called, and they had to put the music sheet down and pick them rifles up, he said it was 28 people. No, he said it was 30 people getting ready to get deployed. 28 of them was scared shitless. And he was one of the 28. And I'm like, so what you trying to tell me is that you don't think you would have made it? He was like, no, if I would have went to war, you probably wouldn't be here. Your sisters, brothers, none of y'all would be here right now if I went to war. Because he didn't believe in his own heart he was going to make it back, bro. So when I got to 18, and I actually got kicked out of high school and went to a military school in Illinois called Lincoln's Challenge. And that in the military school, their job is to kind of segue you to either the military or college. And I just assumed military was going to be right for me. And when I told him I did the ASVAB test, the ASVAB test is to see if you can make it in there. I did the ASVAB test. I passed it. And he was like, yeah, you ain't going to the military. And so for somebody that, you know, had to go to the military at the age of 17, 18 without a choice, he definitely wasn't trying to let his son go. And especially for the same reason, sentiments, exactly. You fighting a war for somebody that don't even care about you, don't give two shits about you, you know. And the sad thing about it is for the veterans that are not retired, they're still considered active duty. Well, they just got thrown under the bus like 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't under the ops regime. I'm just gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I hope our people are able to get in office and do the right thing for us, but unfortunately, somebody in their camp thought it was a good idea to tell the military, hey, during a civil unrest, it's okay for you to open fire on your American citizens. So now you got soldiers that's considered active duty. If they get deployed during a civil unrest based around this election, if you out of pocket, the police just got to step to the side and let them open fire on you. So now they putting the military against the citizens. So now we got a bigger problem because now you got them gun-ho G.I. Joes out there that's like, hey, I'm fighting for my country. I don't care. Foreign or domestic. That's the oath they took. So now we really sitting in a handbasket on the way to hell. So all I can say is, man, vote for what you believe in that's going to be beneficial for your life and your family and be careful as hell. And if somebody upride and be like, come on, let's ride. We finna, they took the election from us. Let's go ride out on them. Nah, you better sit your ass down.
Yeah, I ain't
Sit your ass
that's
down.
stupid shit to me. I agree.
Yeah, bro. And look, I didn't put it in the group chat because I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a hoax or nothing. Bro, it's real shit. They really flipped the bill on us now. See, at one point, the military could come in and assist police officers without using lethal force. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a police officer handling this situation, you know, except they military. Now, they can use lethal force against us based off of situations that happened in January 6th, the riots during the George Floyd situation, the Mike Brown situation. They're looking at the past events that created civil unrest, and now they're taking that and saying, okay, we need some more artillery. We need some people that's gonna lay these cats down.
Plus that
You know they ain't shooting at no white folks.
That attempted assassination attempt, which I think is kind of suspect, but you know.
Man, bro, everything is suspect, bro. You know, it's what's sad is that we have to pick between the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
We have to.
That's
And
just
trash.
like the communist society too.
Trash,
you know?
man.
Really, that's really not really
Yeah.
a choice.
It's fucking trash.
How about no evils?
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. They took the liberals out of. Because honestly, if Bernie Sanders was still on the ticket, I would vote for Bernie.
I'm voting for Jill Stein. How about that?
See, I vote
for real. I'm at the point where I'm not voting for nobody that supported killing people.
Exactly.
For just being like they were just being themselves. Like you can't
exactly, bro. You can't kill people just because you don't like what they do. Like if you don't like what they do,
didn't even do nothing. Hold on. They didn't do nothing.
Because you don't like what country they're from. And
because they from their
bro, they turning us all to racists, tell you the truth. Because now look, the coin done flipped. Now it used to be you niggas need to go back to where you came from.
Hey, let's not get into this. We're gonna play another song. Superstar Kermit is mortified by this conversation. He does not want to talk about it. He said, fuck that.
Crazy, man.
And T-Rex said, I'm not touching this with a
man,
salt.
Look, I know it is crazy.
I'm here for peace. I'm always here for peace. That's all. That's all I care about, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Black people, we like living simple lives. You know what I like to do? I like going on the beach, drink. I like partying. Playing my music super loud to the point where it vibrates my body. Pause. I like smoking weed on the beach. I like waking up late.
Supposed to do the stuff that
waking up late, going to the bar.
Man, I always do the stuff that make you happy. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
life right there.
If not voting to make you happy, hey, don't vote for the people. Vote for the people that make you happy and that you think is gonna do right.
That's a loaded situation, though, Big Red.
Because none of them make it happy.
Exactly, because what
It's
I
a
like to do
slippery
that makes
slope,
me happy.
man. It's a slippery slope.
What I like to do that makes me happy, a lot of other people don't like. You know what I'm saying? I like to go shooting. I like to go to the range when I ain't messing with music or doing nothing else, right?
Okay,
but
I don't have a problem with people carrying guns and none of that shit. I don't think that's a problem. I just think the problem when people start
shit up for no reason.
When people start using the motherfuckers against other people, then it goes a little crazy. You can't have that.
Exactly. And I'm all about being peaceful, bro. Just because you have a firearm don't mean you're supposed to be ready to trigger happy and use it on somebody. Like everything don't resolve a fist fight or a gunfight. You know what I'm saying? I done walked away from plenty of situations with a gun on me in this blood, bro. I don't want no smoke. And people don't know I'm carrying like that, bro. I don't like to fight. I don't like to get in the phone. But I'm here for it if I can't get away. And that's anybody. First line of defense is self-defense, right? So, you know, you can't back me in a corner and expect me to be nice.
Somehow Head Run figure out a way to justify shooting a couple people.
I'm not trying to justify that at all, bro. Tell you the truth, you know what my end game is? I really want to get in the competition.
The shooting competition.
Yeah, that's really why I do it, because I want to get in the competition.
That shit was dope during the Olympics. I'll give you that. I like the Olympics. That dude, that
was my job in the military. I was a combat arms training and maintenance specialist, so I was a
See?
expert on 6 different weapons. You know,
That's tight.
You know, the
That's tight.
M16, the 38, the 45, an M12 shotgun, and the M60 machine gun. Man, I was an
Hold
expert on
on.
all of them.
Old school, we're friends, right? So
Yeah.
I'll make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't even
I
fuck with
never
them.
did nothing to you, man, you know? Anyway.
All love, all peace, man. You know, we just want to make it and, you know, make it to the next day, make some money and eat some food while we doing it. You know, go home and go sleep and wake up, do it again. That's it.
Ah, boy. Well, we're gonna try to keep it peace. There's a lot of pent up anger over a lot of things here in this country.
Ain't it?
I don't, you know, it's hard to vote for some. Can't vote for genocide. Just can't do it. You
No,
know,
we ain't doing that.
You know, I know people who are like, oh, you got to do this. You're giving away your vote. I genuinely don't feel like that. I feel like I'm voting for the best of everybody. I'm not going to vote for the lesser two evils. You know, I feel bad because in a way I know that, you know, people are sort of stuck when you accept certain donations, and it's a very serious political game too. You know what I'm saying? You can't take money from certain people and then go against their interests.
Right.
Just don't take the money.
Just,
Politicians,
well, the billionaires is the one. The billionaires is the one giving the money. You know, like these what?
Yeah, but people forget that politicians are broke. Politicians, they said, what sport you have 200 and something players, and they were like, I think about 60
it was like
of them broke.
60 of them got bad credit, 100.
Yeah,
Some of them got felonies.
Oh my God.
The House of Representatives.
Oh my
The
God.
House of Representatives, they got more crimes than the law allows. Like, for
Yo,
real.
that shit, Harris, that shit.
That's why they get into it.
Me too, bro.
Shit, they
That
found
shit-
yeah, the White House a couple months ago.
They found what? Say that again?
I said shit, they found yeah at the White House a couple months ago.
And by the way, the rumor has been it's Kamala Harris's, but I don't know that for sure. That's the rumor has been it was her cocaine.
Wow.
But I don't know that for sure. That's what they
Man,
said.
Alleged.
Man,
Allegedly.
They're gonna spread rumors to get you to not vote for whoever.
But listen, I'm not even. See, but that's my thing,
They
right?
rumoring that shit. She ain't. Come on.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Like I ain't gonna
man.
lie. Some of the things she done said kind of blew me, but I don't believe everything, bro.
Man,
Like
they showed this commercial about black babies, which was totally offensive. I mean, they showed little young black babies, and they were saying that. So I forgot what it was about. They was killing, you know, the Democrats.
Yeah, it's she's not all bad. I think what it is she's stuck in the matrix,
yeah,
man.
she's stuck in between.
Too far. She's so far in.
If you own a home in Westchester County or upstate New York.
My bad. I'm over here pressing the wrong buttons.
I do.
All right, let's play the last song of the day. I know we've been going and going. I know when we start talking politics, everybody start getting scared and shit. So I gotta get out of here. But you just
Nah, but blacks need to talk more about it. That's the problem.
Yes, we do. We don't talk enough about
let's
it.
do it. Well, I'll tell you this. We got Indianapolis, you got New Jersey, Dallas, Texas, Hartford, Connecticut. Will Gamble, I think, is in New Haven,
No,
Connecticut.
Will Gamble's in that. That's our station director.
Oh, yeah, he's in Dallas. That's right. You got T-Rex in Alabama. Atlanta, Georgia for C Styles. Rory, I'm not sure where you at.
I'm in Virginia.
San Antonio. What part of Virginia?
I'm right in the capital in Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia in the building.
Yes, sir.
You got Atlanta, Georgia with C Styles. Cleveland, Ohio with Kermit.
Yo, and that's
Got-
crazy because they just had Kamala and Donald Trump here this past weekend. traffic was fucked up.
I'm sure.
Word up.
G-Train is in the house. He's over there originally from Southern California, but now in Atlanta. You got DJ Head Rush, saying that Darrell, I don't know, I'm sure. I thought you was in Orlando or Florida. Am I wrong? I'm not sure where Darrell is at. You have
What's that, Darrell P? Darrell P is in Chicago.
Saying that, yeah, man. Ultimately, man, I don't care who's in office. You got to just do good for yourself and your family, man.
Yeah, and we can't forget, see, is that the people that run our state is who run what's going to happen to us. So we can't keep.
It's local.
Yeah, we can't keep banking on the fact that if Kamala's the president, this is going to happen to us. No, there is a procedure to everything. You can't just go up in there and be a president. Yeah, you can't jump up and be a president and say, "Oh, I want to change this, and this is gonna happen," and then tomorrow they flip the switch and it happens.
It don't work like that.
It don't work like that
unless they want it to, and that's where the effery, the fuckery, that's when it starts to change. But
exactly,
it really work like that. Let's be honest. All right, I guess we'll play a song.
Okay.
Niggas done got heavy quick. All right, check it out. Now,